We're playing some XCOM 2 tonight because I want to. And yeah, let's get this started. So, for anyone that doesn't know, XCOM 2 is a turn-based tactical strategy game where you fight aliens in a war and all that crap. So I love XCOM, and I've beaten it like XCOM 2. I've beaten 2 times before. One time with the War of Chosen DLC. Yeah, I got some. Okay, you can't see them. Okay, let me. Well, okay, basically, I preloaded into the character pool, me and my 2 cats, because, you know, we're all gonna fight aliens together. Let's see. New game, accept. I'm just gonna do veteran difficulty, because I'm not super great at the game, but, you know, it's whatever. So, right now I'm just going through different options for the game to make it either easier or harder. I don't know how much I'm gonna fool around with these. Missions, no. No. Okay, so I am gonna turn on double the length of mission timers. In XCOM 2, so in some missions, you're on a timer, and you got maybe like 7 turns to complete the mission. That's ridiculous for some of these missions. And in interest of not dying right off the bat, I'm gonna double the length of that. I'm gonna turn some other things on to make it a little bit more difficult to counteract that, but yeah. Like that, grenade damage falls off from the center blaster. So basically, your grenades, there's an area of effect, and this makes it so that in the center it does the most damage, and then near the outside it does less damage, kind of more realistic. I feel like there was more I wanted to say about this game, but I'm drawing a blank now. So we're just gonna go along with it as we go. So I'm gonna turn that on. Let's see, tutorial. I'm going to turn the tutorial off because I hate doing it, because it's a tutorial. It holds your hand through it, and I hate doing it. I hope that doesn't affect the story at all, because I'm not gonna skip any of the cutscenes or any of that stuff, just because a lot of you haven't done XCOM, so we're gonna get the full effect, except for the tutorial, because I'm not doing the tutorial. Show subtitles. Okay. Iron Man. So, like I said, I'm not the greatest at the game, so I have been known to save scum sometimes, that's where you go, and if something bad happens, like you make it bad, or you misclick or something, and your character dies, you can always go back in a save file and load it and everything. This makes that impossible. This makes it that every move and every decision you make is permanent. It saves it. So I'm gonna do that. We're turning it on. And, yeah. Essential for Skyrim, though, yeah. Yeah, very true. But yeah, I'm turning it on. This means I'm gonna play this game a lot more carefully than I usually play it, because I don't want my cats to die. Let's see, here's the DLC, Lost and Abandoned. That's, yeah, that's the War of the Chosen DLC. So the War of the Chosen DLC adds an entire new game element to the entire game. I'm a huge fan of it. I love it. I love that they came out with it. And yeah, so we're definitely doing that. We're going to do both these DLCs. I don't need to explain all this because you'll see when we go into it.
Accessing the feed now. We're in. But I don't know for how long. You seeing this? Way too much security, even for Advent.
That's no ordinary gene therapy clinic. They were telling the truth.
Or they're leading us into a trap. A really obvious trap. We'd need an army to march in there right now.
I've got a better idea. Outrider, this is Central. Go.
Timeline you placed upon us, mistakes are bound to happen.
It wasn't our fault. Please!
There's no need for any of this. I will do what you ask of me. I just need additional time.
Did you say something?
You're one of those. You must understand, I had no choice. Outrider, report.
So, you do exist. Outrider to Avenger, I have visual confirmation.
Are you sure?
Reapers are always sure.
I'll take your word for it. Cover your tracks and get the hell out of there. They can't know we were here. Yet.
Understood. Now the real war begins.
Okay.
Never mind, there's another cutscene.
Cyprus continues to build as city centers across the globe prepare for the 20th anniversary of Unification Day.
Thousands line up at the site of the Great Accord, celebrating the formation of the Advent Coalition.
Keeping with their promise to humanity, 12 new gene therapy clinics will be opening in select cities by the end of the new year.
Despite the attempted attack by fringe elements, operations at the new facility in Paris thankfully remain unaffected.
In response to the unprovoked intrusion on the eve of our most beloved celebration, the speaker reaches out to us.
A small number of dissidents again repeat the mistakes of the old world.
Striking as we celebrate the benevolent savior who time and again offers only friendship and compassion.
Yet these trivial actions could never break the bond between humanity and the elders.
Peacekeeping forces have already made several preemptive arrests of known collaborators. Advent again assures all citizens that today's celebrations will continue as planned.
Perfect.
The Advent administration reminds you to report all suspicious activity to your nearest peace team. Approaching position. You were right. Definitely got their hands full today.
Stay focused. Prep gate crasher. 60 seconds.
Now.
Signal received. Loud and clear. Okay, Gatecrasher. Your turn.
Okay, so basically, okay, so basically in XCOM 1, backstory time. In XCOM 1, you, yeah, okay, we're doing that. So
we're deploying to hit a high-profile target, one that they won't be able to cover up so easily. Move to secure the target site and eliminate any hostile contacts in the area.
Okay, I'm gonna try my best to not talk over them, but so basically in XCOM 1, aliens invade Earth. Then the XCOM force, it's like a worldwide collective army kind of thing, goes to fight the aliens, yada yada yada. In the ending of the game, in the original ending of the game, you win. I think they invade because of something about... This is where, I mean, I didn't really pay attention to the story in the first XCOM, I just more played it. Something about, like, humans have psionic gifting capabilities with mind powers and stuff like that, so they wanted to, I guess, harness that or something, I don't know. So yeah, in that one, you beat, all that. In XCOM 2, it's an alternate ending where instead you're kind of beaten back into being more of a resistance force, and the aliens actually more or less won, and humanity thinks that they're they're allies, basically, and that XCOM is actually the bad guy, and they're a rebel force, and they're trying to like mess it all up because the aliens are making it seem like they're helping humanity and helping them advance and all that stuff. So that's why that whole thing. But yeah, XCOM knows otherwise. So let's go. I don't know if you saw, but I think me and my cats were in that ship. So we're gonna get to have some gameplay with them right off the bat. So that's cool. Hopefully it's not too laggy. XCOM 2 requires a lot of processing power to run just because of the graphics and everything. Hopefully me getting the PS4 Pro should help with that, but I can't promise smooth gameplay all the time because there's only so much you can do on console. So there I am. Let's see. I need to relearn the controls. There we go. Okay. That's me. PC Master Race. Listen, eventually. That's hopefully where this is leading up to, okay? There's me. There's my first cat, Bailey. Some random dude, and then there's me and my other cat, nicknamed Butthead, because she's a butthead. Alright, so these first few missions are probably going to be a lot of me explaining how the game works and everything, so just bear with me. So, it's tile-based, you can move anywhere, any tile, you know. Anything in this blue outline... Okay. They also expect me to backtrack all the time. Each character has basically 2 action points. This blue outline costs 1 action point, and then anything outside that in this yellow outline costs 2 action points, which is called a dash in this game. If you only take 1 action point, so anywhere in this blue, you can then perform another action such as shooting, going to Overwatch, which means that if an alien comes into your line of sight on their turn, that you'll take an Overwatch shot, which is a reduced accuracy shot, but it has the chance to damage them, basically. Or you could use an item or something like that, whereas if you dash, it ends your turn automatically. There's nothing you can do. There's some abilities that you can get and all that stuff, but for right now, in the basics, it's a dash. It ends your turn. It ends that character's turn. Yeah. Cover. So there's high cover, medium cover, or half cover, and no cover. So there are the shield icons. There's half a shield, so that's half cover. And it provides, I don't know the exact percentage, but it provides some form of defense. So it decreases the chance the enemy can hit you. It increases your defense, basically, and your chance of the shot missing. And then there's high cover, which is the full shield. That grants, I don't know the exact statistics. I think there's some place in here that you can see them that I'll try to find, but that gives you more of a chance to have the shot miss. And then no cover is just, you're standing around. That's like certain death, so we're gonna try not to do that. Yeah. So usually you want to go into full cover, but also you want to try to not dash right away on your first turn, just because, if you dash and it ends your turn, what if on that dash you see an alien and it, pops their pod, and then your soldier can't react, he can't really do anything, he can't hunker down, so hunkering down is basically like, you duck down, and it provides more defense for you, so it decreases their chance of hitting you even more. You can't hunker down, you can't do anything, you can't react to the fact that, oh, now there's aliens there, and they'll have the advantage there.
Moving. That's affirmative.
So this first turn, kind of just want to take it easy. Oh, in XCOM 2, which is this is something different from the first game. In XCOM 2, there's concealment. You can see up at the top, there's the hooded, head with the other faces and stuff. That means that you're concealed. That means that if you spot an enemy pod, like we just did, they don't know that you're there. You have visibility of them, but they don't have visibility. They can't see you. They don't know you're there. Those red tiles mean that if your soldier is anywhere in those red tiles, in their field of vision, they'll spot you, and that'll break concealment for your whole squad. So any of these, anything over here, even these spots right here, because of these civilians, because they're technically on the alien side, because they think that XCOM is a bad guy, any of those spots will break your concealment, and then the enemy will get to react. And again, you don't want to break your concealment too early, just because you want to keep that advantage as long as you can.
Rolling.
And right now, okay, I am going to move this guy up a little bit, just because he was kind of being, it wasn't a great place for him. And with everyone else, I'm just going to overwatch, just in case something would happen, and our concealment would be broken, and we would have to take a shot on those aliens. Alright, so nothing happened. So we go again.
On my way.
And hope that we don't screw this up.
Confirmed.
I usually, unless it provides benefit, I usually just go straight up with
Moving to designated
blue moves a lot. Just because that's usually the safest. It's not as fast, but I did the double timer length, so yeah, we shouldn't have to worry about dashing a whole lot. Dashing can be good if you know that your area is safe and that there's not much to worry about, and you just need to move a guy up to the rest of them, but alright. Let's just move in here again. We're just gonna take this slow for now. See if we, see if we can get anything else.
You're near the target position.
So our objective is to put a bomb there and blow all that up, and I guess disrupt something.
Moving to position.
Closing on target position now.
See, now, spots like these are tricky. The red shield means that you're being flanked by an enemy. So that means that those guys up there, they have, well, yeah, they're flanking me. I'm not in cover relative to where they are. So flanking shots, if they were to shoot, I think they get an advantage towards hitting me. They definitely get an advantage towards a critical hit, which is just extra damage, and it will, especially early game, will almost definitely kill me with one shot, you know. So we're gonna avoid that. Even though we're concealed and we're out of those red tiles, if they were to move over this way, then it could break our concealment. Alright. And I'm gonna do the thing that I already just said that I don't usually do, but I'm gonna do a dash move just to bring her around the corner a bit. Alright.
Overwatch, on Overwatch. Eyes on the prize.
Alright. My idea is to hopefully do kind of a flanking pincher move. Probably could position my guys a little bit better for that idea, but
Orders confirmed. Moving out.
also our cover isn't exactly what we'd want it to be for something like that.
On the move.
Alright. Eventually here, we're gonna start actually making some moves against these guys. Again, for now, playing a little slower. I'll probably pick up a little bit once I haven't played this game in a while, so. Alright. Here's...
Moving out.
Can I get there? Ooh. Because I don't want to waste my concealment, but I want to have everybody, basically everybody, have a good shot once we do break it. Alright, again, doing the thing I said I usually don't do, but it's to get into a better position. I'm just gonna keep her there, and you can stay there, I guess. There are also things like height advantages and stuff like that that you can take advantage of if you want. But alright. Yeah, why not? Let's go for it. So, alright. Here you got all your statistics and stuff. So that guy, we have a 65% chance of hitting him. That guy, both of them, we have 65%. That can change due to distance, positioning, all that crap. And then there's the Hunger Down. Increase defense by 30, dodge by 50. And you can only use it if you're in cover. And then we can also have the option of throwing a frag grenade, which, yeah, does area of effect damage, but also, I think, destroys any loot that they may drop. So we're just not, we don't need to do that right now. So anyway, we're gonna fire a weapon, and this is gonna reveal our squad. And he missed. Okay, great start. Alright, so now this is where having Mia over here can help. If she could even see any of them. Okay, if I go here. Ooh, okay, if I go here. So I'm trying to see, you can see that kind of crosshair symbol over the far left guy. That means that if I move her there, she can have a shot at him. The other one she can't see, but he'll be. It's just like a way to predict your movements and figure out, hey, if I move this character here, am I even gonna have a chance to have a shot? And now, since he's in cover, but she's flanking him, I would get, I guess, same hit chance, but the critical chance now is 40%. And she okay. So this is going great. All right. Let's see. I'm partial to throwing a grenade. Another thing that I said that I wasn't gonna do. See, and that's the thing about this game, is that things can change just fast, but I can't reach. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is bring him into full cover. That way, because one of these guys is gonna live, even if we hit, you know, both of our shots with our guys. Someone's gonna live because there's 3 of them, and they're gonna take a shot. So I want everyone in a decent position, and he missed too. Not good. The thing is, in this early game, you may be thinking like, oh, 65 and like 49%, that's not great, but like, at your first mission, you're not really gonna get any better than that. Just because their stats are low, and that's as good as you're gonna get, basically, unless you're right up next to them. We missed every shot. Okay. So now we get to see how this plays out. So he's gonna take a shot at him at Bailey, and that missed. And he is also gonna take a shot at Bailey, and that also missed. Okay, so we all just suck. All right. So we're gonna move her into full cover, and we're gonna try to take another shot with her. And this one hit. Okay, so that guy is dead. I did 7 damage, and he had 3 health, so he is dead. We got 49, 38. Let's see. I want to go with you. But I can't reach. Okay. We're gonna try to move up closer. We're gonna try to make this unmissable. Okay, so this is what I was talking about. You can move, and then that may reveal another squad, and now you got even more trouble. Luckily, I only did a basic move, so I can move again if I want to. The question is, do I want to? What are hit chances? Wow, okay, I'm probably gonna want to because his hit chances aren't really any better. So what we're gonna do with me is, see, I could take this 49% chance and stay in full cover, or I can move over here, probably have closer to a 65% chance, but only be in half cover. So if any of these guys were to shoot at me, they'd, one, have height advantage. Well, also if I miss him, he'd have a shot at me. But one, these guys would have height advantage, and also I'd be in half cover. But I'm gonna move to half cover because, and he had an Overwatch. Okay, so the enemy can also go into Overwatch, which I didn't even check for, which means that they get a shot on you. But again, luckily he missed. And now I have a flanking shot on 72%, so he missed it. Alright. I'm gonna move him into full cover here. This opens up a possibility, well, it opens up a possibility of him being able to just move over here and shoot at me, or him moving up here and shooting at me, but also give me protection from these guys over here. And he only has a third. Okay, so with him, with Bailey, I'm just going to Overwatch. That way, If he chooses to try to flank me, I'll get a shot on him, and with 3 health, he'll probably die if I hit. And with him, again, if he chooses to move, I can hit him. And then I'm not really worrying about these guys right now for him, so. Okay, and I still have him. That's right, because I'm... So, I think... Call me crazy, but I think I'm not gonna hit him with a grenade because he's in an area that I can't hit. Oh, okay. So I think I'm gonna hit him with a grenade. Hopefully do at least 3 damage. I don't know though because it has fall off damage because I added that stupid setting. And hopefully kill him so that I don't have to worry about him either flanking my one guy or flanking, who is it, Dixon or me. I keep wanting to point at the screen to show you guys things, but then I realize he can't see that. And this is where, okay, and he only did 2 damage because of fall off damage. So, we're just gonna see how this plays out. Oh, but he's burning. So, since he ran through the fire, and I'm wasting my overshot on him. Okay, overwatch shot. And it missed, okay. So he's burning though. Which does damage over time, so his next turn he's definitely dead. He missed 2. Next shot he's dead. Next turn he's definitely dead because I think it does 1 damage per turn at the start of your turn. Yeah, there's so okay, that character was an elite officer. He has the ability to mark our units, which gives a shot advantage. It gives an advantage to the rest of the enemies trying to hit them. We're all missing. Okay. So basically, like, yeah. So the mark, he now has a greater chance of being hit by them. That I think disappears if you kill the officer. It may disappear over time too. See, okay, so I could shoot him and kill him, but he's burning, so he should die next turn anyway. Now, with you, I'm gonna move you around to this side. The Overwatch shots, they keep missing though. Okay, I'm gonna need to start watching out for overshots. I'm a little distracted now, so, alright. So yeah, I mean, no doubt. There we go. Okay, so he's dead. And he got an upgrade promotion. So yeah, you can, as your team completes missions and kills enemies, there are an experience that can be used for promotions, which helps them unlock abilities and all this stuff, and there's different classes, and we're gonna get all into this. There's a lot to explain with this game. Alright, so right now though, we're all just rookies with some rifles. So I'm gonna move him back over here. Actually, I'm just gonna move him there. I'm gonna try to move him up here so he can be back, like, in the fight, and then I'm just gonna overwatch there. There's not much I can do with Mia, because anywhere up here, if I go up this ladder, I have no cover from any of them. What I could do is just take a dash move in order to get into position behind. Yeah, actually, yeah, I'm gonna dash here so she's behind full cover, so the chances of somebody hitting her are low, and then she's in position for next turn to hopefully do something. Alright. And then with you, he's marked. He's marked. So I almost want to hunker down because I could take this shot and kill him. But the thing is then the other two enemies have a chance of hitting me. Well, the other two enemies have a chance of hitting me. Or of shooting at me. And whereas hunkering down, you know, he'll live but I have a greater chance of not being hit by any of them. So I think we're gonna just hunker down. And he died because he was burning. So it does 3 damage. Wow, okay. So yeah. See, and now he shot me, and he hit, he only did 1 damage though. Grazing, I guess, I don't really know that much about the grazing mechanic. I guess hunker down. I think that's what dodge, how it said increase dodge by 50. I think there's a, basically like a saving whatever. There's another role in the algorithms where, you have the chance of dodging, which just does reduce damage then. Alright. So where are all of these guys? So we got a guy there. Okay, so Mia, you're gonna take the shot on this guy just because it's... And I'm gonna move up right next to him, honestly, so okay, it missed, it's okay. Okay, so I'm right around the corner, so like, you know, we're both flanking each other, but it's fine because I'm gonna hopefully kill him. Okay, yeah. Alright, so he dropped loot. So there was that box, it was the yellow box. If you move in that box, you collect loot. Advanced laser sight and hair trigger, those are upgrades you can add to your weapons later and improve your weapons. That 3 that was there at the loot, that stands for how many turns that loot is available until it stops being available. It like disintegrates or whatever. Okay. Okay. So how many? We got 3 characters left and 2 enemies. So okay, so I'm gonna move him over here so he's still in full cover and he's also flanking this guy, and then we can hopefully go and shoot him and then he's dead. Okay. Now not much I can do with him. Because the thing is, I want to flank him, and if I move there, I think I'll be able to because the covers are on the same line. I'll only be in half cover, and I am still marked, but hopefully, yeah. So I'm flanking him, and if this hits him, hopefully it'll crit him, and if it crits him, hopefully it does like 7 damage again, and then hopefully he dies. And that's what happened. Okay. I kind of know what I'm doing. Okay.
We're not
so
picking up any inbound contacts. Scanners are clear. -1-5, we have a limited window to act before Advent responds. We need to get those charges planted on the double.
So yeah, all the enemies are going to the mission. Now all I need to do is plant the explosives and complete the mission, which we'll do right now.
-1-5, rendezvous at the extraction point. Status confirmed. Squad is clear. Detonating charges.
And we did it! Alright. So, first mission down. A lot of stuff in there. And then here's just our stats. Someone got wounded because of that 1 damage. But overall, successful mission. All that good stuff.
Announced an increase to this month's recruitment quotas. Citizens are encouraged to voluntarily visit their nearest recruitment center.
I don't know why that dude's shirtless. That's the random that the game just put in. Yeah. Alright. So now we get into promoting and upgrading and all the strategic parts of all of it. So everyone was promoted. probably just from being in a mission. He was lightly wounded because he got that 1 damage. So there it says lightly wounded, days 5. So that means for 5 days he's not going to be able to go into a mission or be in combat, because he needs to heal. There's lightly wounded, I think just wounded, and then gravely wounded. Lightly wounded is usually, I think, like 5 days. Wounded is anywhere from like, I don't know, maybe like 10, I don't really remember. And then gravely wounded, they could be out for like, dude, weeks. Gravely wounded sucks. And that's if like they were down to 1 health basically. There was also that little energy symbol underneath their health, with the bars. They're all drained a little bit. That's their stamina, I guess we'll call it. That's their tiredness. Once that gets to a certain point, I think like below halfway or something, then they're considered tired. Tired units get disadvantages in missions. They get will disadvantages, so they have a chance of, if they're shot at, or if they have or if they're hit, they have a chance of panicking, which basically makes them go AWOL, and they can shoot at whatever, even your own teammates, or they can shoot at the enemies. Sometimes it's not a horrible thing, but basically lose control of them for, I think, like an entire turn. Sometimes they'll just like run and hunker down, and other times they'll do some weird stuff. So, alright.
Ranger serves as our primary reconnaissance unit, capable of moving independently in concealment while engaging enemies at close range.
Yeah, so I upgraded to a Ranger. These are picked randomly for you. There is a building that you can build in the game, or a facility that you can build in the game, that allows you to pick what class you want your soldiers to be. But for this first team, they're just picked for you. So, Rangers, they're equipped with a shotgun and a sword. Shotgun, it's a shotgun, the sword, yeah, you know. So you can either shoot a shotgun, which obviously is only really great it's only really good in close quarters, but when you're in close quarters, it's really good. I love the shotgun. And then they also have a sword that they can do dash attacks with, so they can get right up next to an enemy and slash him with the sword, and that does a really good amount of damage. I like Rangers. So, Mia is a sniper. I kind of figured she would be.
Engage enemy targets with pinpoint accuracy from extreme range. They're also trained in pistol marksmanship for the occasional close encounter.
So yeah, so she's a sharpshooter, so she can either specialize in her sniper, well, so she has squad sight, so you can target enemies within squad mate's sight, provided there is line of sight to the target. So, let's say, like me, a Ranger, I'm close to an enemy, and I can see him. I can keep her basically at the beginning of the map, and as long as she has line of sight, she can also see and shoot at that target that I can see. The only thing is that there's, I think, again, aim disadvantages, aim penalties, and all of that associated with it. So squad sight isn't great until later in the game when you actually upgrade your units and get their stats up and all that. But it's still really good. I love sharpshooters. I've utilized sharpshooters. I've put over half my kills in one sharpshooter before in a game, just because some of the stuff you can get later in the game, they can literally just keep shooting, especially with squad sight. The only thing is, with sharpshooters, they can't move, like, you know, the 1 action point, 2 action point. Even if they take 1 action point, they can't shoot with their sniper rifle. At least base as of right now. Later in the game, again, there's some things you can do some things you can get, and some weapons you can get that only require 1 action point, but yeah, we'll get to that. As of now, they have to be stationary in order to shoot because they're a freaking sniper. Then they also have a pistol that it's a pistol. Again, it's probably medium to close range. I usually just use the sniper, but there are, you know, pistol things that you can get. Bailey.
Serving as our demolitions experts, the Grenadiers provide heavy ordnance delivery whenever and wherever we need it.
I keep forgetting that he talks every time. Yeah, so Grenadiers, they're equipped with a grenade launcher and a machine gun. So machine gun, it has not great aim. It doesn't have a great hit chance because it's a machine gun, but it does, I think, it does higher damage than like just the regular rifle and stuff. But I think it also has less ammo capacity. So there is ammo. I don't know if you saw it, but in the last game, ammo is shown in the bottom right hand corner. It has like blocks. I think the rifles had like three blocks, so they had 3 ammo capacity. So you can take 3 shots basically. And it takes 1 action point in order to reload your weapon, but you can do it. If you stay stationary, you can reload your weapon and shoot in the same turn. If you use your first action point to reload and then your second action point to shoot, you can do that. But if you use your first action point to shoot, then that ends your turn. Shooting ends your turn unless you get certain upgrades and blah 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 blah. Yeah, they also have the grenade launcher, greater range, and grenade pack. This allows for greater range and grenade capacity. It also, I think, makes the area of effect for the grenade bigger, which will help with that setting that we did that that creates fall off damage with grenades. So you can hit more now. So yay! So that's cool. And then Dixon is a specialist.
Specialists deploy robotic drones on the battlefield that can be outfitted for combat or field medic duty.
So yeah, specialists, they got their little gremlin, their little robot buddy, and they have aid protocol, which basically you can move your robot to any of your squad mates and heal them. Yeah, we're gonna be using that. I think it only has 1 charge as of, well, grants target. Aid protocol. Okay, so aid protocol grants bonus to defense until the start of the next player's turn. So you can move it to any of your squad mates, 1 squad mate, and it'll provide a defense. It's basically like hunkering down, except you give the hunker down stats to somebody. I don't usually use it a whole lot. But then with specialists, you can also become battle medic, which allows you to heal your units better and give them, bonuses and stuff. And then there's combat hacker, which allows you to damage enemies with your robot, and even sometimes hack if they're robotic enemies, hack into them, take control of them, even stuff like that. But again, we'll get into that. Okay, so continue now that we're done with that. So we got advanced laser sight, increases critical hit chance by 10%, and here trigger, soldier has a 5% chance that the shot will not cost an action for their turn. It's not likely, but I've had it happen where that 5% chance works, and it's amazing. Well, it's amazing when it works, because basically, like, you think that your turn's going to be ended, and then it's not, because the action, it didn't cost anything, so that's cool. And then you got corpses, that you can use for research and all this other stuff. Okay,
Commander,
so we got
to the research labs.
Impressive, isn't it? Capable of generating immense power, yet completely harmless to human life. If only the same could be said for the rest of the aliens' technology. Commander. Dr. Richard Tigan, Chief Science Officer. I am responsible for the entirety of our research here, as well as the procedure you so recently underwent. Welcome to my lab, such as it is. I'm not sure what Central may have told you, but we found something while removing you from the alien stasis suit. A device implanted directly in your occipital lobe. Had I access to the equipment available to me during my tenure at Advent, I would already know the precise nature of its function. However, given time and your approval, of course, Commander, I assure you, I will find out. Which brings to light an additional point. Though aspects of this facility are indeed impressive, I am but one man. Were you to direct additional support personnel and resources to me, I could substantially improve the speed of all our research. Farewell, Commander.
So, turns out we did miss some story with me skipping the tutorial. Basically, you're the commander. You're the same, in the other game you're the commander too. You command the units, you're in charge of XCOM basically. So, in this alternate universe, or this alternate ending that is XCOM 2, you were captured by the aliens and they were doing tests on you, they put something in your head, all that stuff. And then that beginning scene, they found you and they rescued you. That's the tutorial, is they rescue you from the facility, and that's what I didn't do. But yay, you're rescued! And they did surgery to remove the thing from your head, and now you're all good, and yeah, you're good. So, anyway, that's what that all was about. So now we can do research. So research upgrades equipment, allows you to get new equipment, allows you to do a lot of research. You can do cool things with it. So you got modular weapons. This allows me to basically specialize in weapon, well, not specialize, but like get further along in weapons. That allows me to create better guns, better attachments for guns, like items. I think like you can get different rounds for your guns that gives bonuses like better aim and even poison, applies poison and burn to targets and stuff like that. That's probably what we're going to go for, because I like to do a lot of damage early on. Hybrid materials, so this is like the defensive one. This allows you to create, I think, nano scale vest or something like that. It gives you extra health, and then eventually we'll be able to create new armor, which gives even more health and all that stuff. The only thing is that I don't really go with armor super early in the game. Like, I don't usually make that my first choice, just because usually in the early game, if you're hit, that one health isn't going to do much. If you're hit, you're either not dead or you're dead. So I don't really bother too much with armor. I found the best defense is a good offense early game usually, but don't hold me to that, because I'm probably going to be proved wrong. And then alien biotech, that has to do with the story. That's the thing that they got from your head, and we'll get to that there. Let's go modular weapons. I want to get some freaking guns. Okay, let's go. Alright.
We'll begin work immediately.
Okay.
I'll send word when a complete report is available.
Commander to engineering.
Engineering.
Okay. Reworked your repulsors with some of the parts I salvaged from your old engine. Should fix that stabilization problem you had. Come on, Rover. It'll work. Commander! Getting our tech to talk to theirs is harder than you'd think. Lily Shen, Chief Engineer, at your service. You were probably expecting to see my father. In all that's happened, I'm guessing Central didn't tell you yet. He's gone. Dad gave everything he had to get us this far. This entire ship is his life's work. I know he would have loved to show you around the place himself. He used to talk about you a lot. You can be sure I'm ready to finish what he started. Might not look it, but from here, I can fabricate pretty much anything you come up with. And with a little more help, well, you'd be amazed with what I can do. It was an honor to finally meet you, Commander.
Alright, so Shen, in the last game, her father, he was the engineer that you worked with in XCOM 1, and now many years have passed and it's his daughter. So that's what all of that was about too. I promise, the more this game goes on, the less the last game matters, basically. It's just this early stuff that it's like, ooh, it's tying things together. So engineers, they can allow you, well, let's go to facilities. So
expand our facilities on board the Avenger, Commander. We'll need more engineers to clear out space for construction first.
So, there's rooms. There is, what, 12 rooms. You can build buildings that gives you crap. You can do things like, there's an infirmary you can build that decreases the amount of time that it takes for wounded soldiers to heal. I'm gonna need that. There's things like power generators. So there's power up in the corner, up in the right hand corner. You can see 6 out of 15 power. Every building you create costs a certain amount of power. Once you're maxed out on power, you gotta build power generators to keep up with the power. So it's kind of annoying because you gotta build buildings to build other buildings, and that's the whole tactical, building part of this that you gotta work with. But yeah, there's like things that, upgrades, abilities, and there's a bunch of buildings you can make. Engineers can be put in those buildings to decrease construction time, give bonuses to those buildings, instead, but engineers just have to do with buildings. So we have an empty, also, there it says empty build facility. There it says alien debris, clear alien debris, reward supplies, blah blah. So that's an empty room. We can just go and build something if we want. Whereas these rooms, we're gonna have to take some time and a lot of effort in order to clear the debris from them in order to make an empty room that we can build something in. But when you clear it, it gives rewards like supplies. Supplies can be used to buy things. It's currency. It's money, basically. So it's not kind of just wasted effort. You do get stuff from it, in addition to being able to build the buildings. So here, we got a few things that we can build right off the bat. Training center allows soldiers to establish stronger bonds with their fellow soldiers and purchase additional tactical abilities. So, in XCOM 2, there's soldier bonds. Each character has a level of cohesion with the other characters. Some characters get along highly with other ones, and some don't get along. Their cohesion is very low, and their bond is going to grow slower. So you want to find squad mates that have high cohesion, and then once they reach the cohesion threshold, you can establish a bond between them, which gives abilities like you can grant an action point to your bond mate. Stuff like that. It's things that can be used in the mission. There's some cool things that you can get. It's not game changing, I would say, but it definitely it's helped me in the past. So this allows, I think the first level of bonding, there's like 3 or 4 levels of bonding. The first level's free, you don't need the building to do it. And then anything after that, you need to send them into the training center in order to get them to the next bond threshold. And then purchase additional tactical abilities. So those, I think, yeah. So those, when we were promoting our characters, you had all those abilities, the two columns of stuff. Those were all the tactical abilities. There's tactical points that you earn from doing things like getting a flanking shot and getting a height advantage shot and doing cool things with your soldiers. You can get tactical points on your soldiers, and you can spend those in getting different tactical abilities. So with those 2 columns, you can choose one or the other from each row. I think that's how the columns and rows. It's either rows and columns or columns and rows. I don't remember. But you can only pick one or the other, the left or the right. So this, purchasing additional tactical abilities, this allows you to choose, if you chose the left one, you can spend points to also get the right one. So that's cool. You can just make super overpowered soldiers in the end, and it's great. I love it. But early game, I don't really need that. I don't have any points, and the bonds, I'm not really worrying about that right now. Laboratory. Each laboratory increases the chance that a research breakthrough will occur. Scientists can be staffed in laboratories to provide additional assistance to Dr. Tigan, further decreasing the time of all research projects. So there's breakthrough things that can happen in the research. I promise things will start picking up once we get through all this. There's breakthroughs that can happen that will allow you to special research things. It's like timed research. Allows you, like, maybe rifles will do 1 extra damage now or something like that. It's basically like, hey, take it now or forever hold your peace, you know? It's only available when they offer it to you. Most of them, some of them. There's other ones that stick around. It all depends. But yeah, this allows those to happen more often, and also you can staff scientists there, which decreases the amount of time it takes for science. So like our modular weapons, that takes I think 3 days to research. If I staff an engineer or a scientist there, I think it just decreases it by 33%, so I could be down to 2 days now and stuff. Again, early game, it doesn't really make much of a difference. It really makes a difference later in the game when your projects take like 30 days to complete and stuff like that, because then that can bring it down to like, hey, 20 days now, you know? So again, we're not worrying about that right now because they don't need that. Power relay, we're at 6 out of 15 power. I mean, yeah, it grants you, you need 3, do you need 3 power to, apparently you need 3 power to build a power relay, and also resupplies, but, yeah, it gives you power. We're at 6 out of 15, we got 9 to work with. Guerrilla Tactical, this is what we're probably going to go with. Unlock additional skills and benefits for soldiers, including an increase to the number of soldiers you can take on a single mission. So right now you can only take 4 soldiers on a mission. The Guerrilla Tactics School allows you to bring up to 6. First there's a 5 upgrade and then there's a 6 upgrade. But you have to get your soldiers to certain ranks in order to unlock that. But yeah, it gives you cool abilities, different from the tactical abilities. It's just a way to upgrade your stuff. And we're going to go with that because the sooner we can bring more soldiers on a mission, the better. Because one, that's 1 extra soldier. That's also an extra soldier that we can then rank up. An extra soldier that we have to shoot. It's good stuff. So we're going with it. Right now you see... Okay, right now you see it says 14 days. So it's going to take 14 days to build. We don't have any engineers, so we can't decrease that. We also can't...
Before I can start clearing out some of these other rooms. We should recruit an engineer.
Yeah, so we can't, you need an engineer, you need to staff an engineer in a room in order to clear it. And we don't have an engineer, so we can't clear any of these rooms, so that's fine. Okay, so, we're building that. You can also build items.
Some of these things can make in combat, Commander. With a few supplies, I can manufacture anything we need in no time.
I usually reduce the beginner voiceover just because I know all this stuff, but I didn't, and now we got all this. It's okay though. So, flashbang grenade, you can buy things with supplies, or you can build things with supplies, and some of them will cost maybe corpses or other materials. Flashbang grenade disrupts and disorients enemies in a large radius, inflicting significant offensive penalties. So, you can shoot, like my grenadier, you can either throw the flashbang or you can shoot it with the grenadier. It will disorient enemies, which means that they have less of a chance to hit you. I think decreased movement, it just inhibits them a lot. You basically, if they're flashbang, they're most likely not going to hit you. So it's really good for me when you make really stupid mistakes and, oop, I popped an enemy squad that is now flanking me. I guess I'll throw a flashbang because I played too fast and I'm not good. Medkit, you can heal points, all that. On most soldiers, you have to be, so on most soldiers, you have to be right next to the other soldier in order to heal them. With a specialist, the one with the little robot, the robot can go a certain distance and heal members of the squad if you have a med kit. So yeah, the specialist, it's a support character mostly. It can be used to heal, stuff like that. So I don't think we're not going to worry about med kit right now because, like I said, either you're dead or you're not when you're shot. Okay, well here's the thing: is that you can when you go down to 0 hit points, you can either be killed instantly or you can be critically wounded, or you can be in critical condition, meaning you're bleeding out basically. You have like 3 turns I think until you bleed out, and then you're dead. Or if one of your teammates has a med kit, they can go over and stabilize you, which means that you're not bleeding out anymore. You still aren't. You're still unconscious. You still can't fight, but you're not gonna bleed out, and they don't really have to worry about you anymore unless you're hit by an explosion, in which case you're dead, because you have 1 hit point left. But the thing is that what I was talking about how you're dead or you're not. Basically, if you're critically wounded, you don't early in the game. You're usually not going to get critically wounded. You're usually just going to be outright dead if you're hit enough to be critically wounded. And so yeah, we're not really going to worry about medkits right now. Smoke grenade provides a defensive boost to any within the radius of the smoke, friend or foe. So it's kind of similar to flashbang, but instead of inhibiting the enemy, it gives bonuses to whoever's in the smoke. So it's kind of like it provides similar things to like hunker down. So it provides defense. Again, I don't really use that too much. It's good if like all your team's in a bad spot and then you pop a squad, then he can just do the smoke and then hey, we're all, pretty good. But I think I'm just gonna go flashbang for now, because like I said, I'm probably gonna make some mistakes. Yeah, there's our inventory and blah blah blah.
It's been slow going, but I've made headway interfacing our equipment with the alien technology still embedded throughout the ship. Most of the primary systems are now operating on some combination of our technology and theirs. My hope is to use the best of both worlds to come up with something new, something the aliens won't expect.
So yeah, you're...
Stank and it's mostly this ship isn't all that different from the old base.
So right now we're on the Avenger, which is a Advent. So the enemy that you're facing is called Advent. It's an old Advent ship that they tactically acquired and are now using as their base. Because yeah, they're undercover, they're in hiding because they're a resistance. So we're gonna go to the bridge.
Commander, good to see you on your feet again. Welcome to the bridge, the nerve center of our operation. The aliens have our entire world in their grip. Advent controls everything. Government, communications, industry, not to mention the military. And it's on us to take it all back. Resources and time are tight, Commander. It'll be up to you to decide how to best use both. The ship is yours.
Alright.
Commander, we're attempting contact with a local resistance faction known as the Reapers. These people like to keep a very low profile, so it may take some time before we hear back. While we're waiting, it might be worthwhile to scan the area for additional supplies and resources. You never know what we may find out there. Commander, one of our resistance contacts just tipped us off to a site that may be worth investigating.
So, the bridge is where you can get missions. There's the whole map. You can get missions, you can go places, buy things, do cool, yeah, it's the way you basically travel to different missions.
Avenger, plotting new course.
So yeah, right now we were given a mission, we get supplies for it. Oh, no. Okay, so this is the location.
Avenger's remote scanning capabilities will help us search the area for clues or other resources. It's going to take some time, though. We've got a lot of ground to cover.
So yeah, there's locations that you can go to that it'll basically, we scan it for 5 days, or we're there for 5 days, and then we get a reward, so we would get supplies. This is how you get, and there's things like supplies, you can get intel, which is another currency, you can get materials, you can get a whole bunch of stuff from this stuff. And then there all the way to our right you can see tech, modular weapons, 3 days, so that's our research. Guerrilla Tactics School, that's the facility that we're building. And then Supply Drop. Supply Drop is a monthly event that gives you money. Up at the top right corner it shows your income. Right now it's at plus 175 supplies. So each month we will get 175 supplies. Each facility that you own decreases that because you have to do upkeep for that facility. But then there's also regions and areas that we can add to our resistance, which once we do more research we'll be able to get to those. And then once we add them to our resistance, that income will increase, and you can get up to like 1,000 a month, you know, once you get up there. So right now we're just gonna scan for the supplies.
I have made a number of
and modular weapons completed. So yeah, right now, so now weapon upgrades. Okay, so that laser sight and that hair trigger I think that we got, now we can add those to our weapons and utilize those. And then we also unlocked research is now available for magnetic weapons. So these weapons have, I think, increased accuracy, greater damage, greater critical hit. They're just an overall increase on our ballistic weapons. It takes 28 days to do though. So I would love to just streamline that. I'm gonna wait till we have more scientists to decrease that time. If it was something like 20 days, 15 days, I would go for it, but it's not. So now we have the choice of alien biotech to further the story or hybrid materials. I'm gonna just go hybrid materials, just get out of the way. It's only 3 days, and then we can start doing other things after that. So back to the bridge. Keep scanning. And I don't know if you saw, but over on the left it said that Bailey recovered from his wounds, so now he is back at 100% health, available on missions, he's good to go. And we got 50 supplies from our thingy. And now we got another one, takes 7 days, and we get rookies, so we get more soldiers from it. I'll have to check our soldier roster to see how many soldiers we have. Also, yeah, with the soldier customs, how I made like me and my cats in this game, I'll probably add more people to it. I'll probably create more in the character pool. I just have to decide who I want to make in the character pool. But yeah, basically any soldier that we have that's doing really well, chances are I'm gonna make them special by making them somebody. So I want to check. So in command now, in armory. So in the armory, you can view your soldiers. So we got all these guys. So there's our first team because they're all a certain class, and then the rest are just rookies. These are all just randoms that the game generated. And then, like I said, we'll eventually maybe, like Brian Dixon, we'll probably make him somebody because he's, you know, actually has a place. But yeah, like when you get more capacity to bring, you know, soldiers out on missions, we can bring one of those rookies on, hopefully get them upgraded, and then work on it from there. So we're gonna go try to get more rookies just because they're all probably gonna die off because I'm bad at this game. Hybrid materials completed. We're now able to make nanoscope S, light armor underlay derived from Abin armor. It can be worn in a utility slot. I think each soldier right now has one utility slot, except for Grenadier. They have a utility slot and they have a grenade slot, so they can hold 2 grenades if they use both the grenade slot and the utility slot for a grenade. Which is good. But this, I think, gives a 1 health increase to all your soldiers, which doesn't really do a whole lot now. And then plated armor, that's to increase armor. That gives more health, and it also gives you armor points. So armor points are how should I word this? They're like non-depleting points. When you're hit, the armor blocks part of that damage. So if, let's say you take 3 damage, or the enemy inflicts 3 damage on you, but you have 1 point of armor, the armor would absorb 1 of those points, so you would only take 2 damage, and the armor stays. Let's say like each enemy does 3 points, that armor will reduce that damage by 1 every time that you're hit. The armor doesn't go away unless it's shredded, which can be done by explosions or shredder ammo, which I think they can eventually get. And then that shreds that ammo, and that, yeah, the armor shreds the armor, and then you don't have that armor point anymore, so you're, yeah. But armor's good. We like armor. Not on the enemy, though. It gets annoying when it's on the enemy. But again, our Grenadier, I think one of the first upgrades you can get is that your machine gun shreds enemy armor, which we're definitely going to use. So now we're going to do... Oh, but I can't research that because I need 10 alien alloys, which, if you see up in the right-hand corner, it says 0 alloys, 0 lyrum, 0 everything except for intel, but we don't have that much intel, so we can't do that, and that's fine because I wasn't going to do that anyway because it takes 30 days. So we're just going to go alien biotech to start working on the story. And we're going to keep scanning for the rookies. And we got a mission, okay.
We'll have a better chance of finding openings to strike back at Advent. As it is, we've already identified a potential target to disrupt the aliens' operations in this region. Our window of opportunity is limited, so we'll have to move fast.
Okay, so you got missions. Once you get more areas unlocked and stuff, you can have your choice of missions. Right now, they only gave us one choice. But you can choose what mission you go for. Each mission has different objectives, each of them have different difficulties, and each of them have different rewards. This one, sabotage transmitter. So with this one, I think there's a transmitter, and you want to sabotage it. You want to go interact with it and I guess disrupt it. The thing with the specialist is that with your gremlin, your robot, you can hack that transmitter from a distance. So we're definitely bringing our specialist. Difficulty is easy, and reward is Dr. McIntyre, which is an engineer, so we can use him. Yeah, we can use him to clear debris or reduce the time it takes to do the facility that we're building, the guerrilla tactics school.
Sector 12, East Africa.
So we're gonna go with that. You can choose to skip missions, but it's not recommended because one, you lose out on the rewards, and then also it sometimes comes with negative effects. I don't know at the top of my head, but yeah. So we got Ranger, we got Squatty, we got not Squatty, the Sharpshooter, the Grenadier, and the Specialist. So as you can see, the Grenadier has 2 grenades. One of them is the utility slot, the other one is in his grenade slot. And yeah, I don't think there's really anything we can build. Oh, so in one of his slots, we're going to equip the flashbang grenade just in case things get tricky and we need to use it. Here is where, well, yeah, there's all the weapons, there's armor. This is all we got for those. And you can also upgrade your grenade launcher, which allows for greater damage, greater range, not greater range, but greater area of effect, distance, radius, you know. And yeah, I think, can we add the upgrades now? Can I upgrade this? How do I? Oh, edit. Yes, okay, so we can add the upgrades to the weapons. Increased crit chance. Increased crit chance, I think I want to add to my Ranger with the shotgun. I like to add crit chance to the shotgun because in order to hit well with the shotgun, you gotta be up close. And so when you're up close, when you take a shot with shotgun, you want it to kill the enemy. You don't want to just wound the enemy because then you're right up there with the enemy. They could, you know, kill you right back. So we want our shot to count. So I want to increase the critical chance so that there's a great chance that does extra damage and heavily kills the enemy. So we'll do that, 10%. Improving even further with proximity to the target, meaning that I think the closer we are to the target, like a shotgun, it'll increase that chance even more. once a weapon upgrade is applied, it cannot be replaced. No, it can be replaced, but not reused. So we can replace this with another weapon upgrade if we want, but we can't salvage that advanced laser sight. At least not yet. That it's gone. It's dismantled. It's whatever. But yeah, I already know that we want to do that. Advanced hair trigger, or not advanced hair trigger, but just hair trigger. Negates, using an action point. That is trickier. I think we want to use that right now. We want to use that on our sniper just because, like, well, it's better than one sniper shot, two sniper shots, This should allow us, if we hit, if that works, if the hair trigger works with that 5%, chance hits, we should be able to take another shot with the sniper. So the thing is with the hair trigger, it can also work, I think, on misses. So you can miss a shot and then have a 5% chance to make that shot again, for it to not cost any actions and for you to make that shot again. So with the sniper, especially if we're using squad sight, we're going to want that because there is a chance that, she could miss. So yeah, we'll go with that. And, yeah, let's roll. Okay. So we're just bringing around the original squad now, just because it's the second mission, and I want to rank them up, and probably once we get the next squad upgrade, we'll start bringing other people out. Or if any of them get injured and I can't use them on the next mission, which could happen, we'll bring some other people out, but for right now we're just going with our OG squad. The Kaufman family and Dixon. So, yeah.
The resistance picked up readings from a massive psionic transmitter.
Oh, so the transmitter. Okay, never mind what I said about sabotaging it with the gremlin. Transmitter is actually, it's a transmitter that it has nodes. How should I explain this? So there's nodes scattered across the map. You can destroy the nodes. There's a countdown. There's a countdown to the transmitter. Every node that you destroy increases the countdown. So let's say you have 3 turns, you destroy a node, now you have 4 turns. And then there's nodes all the way along to the transmitter. And then when you need to get up next to the transmitter and disable it. I don't think you can use your gremlin to disable it, but we'll see. And we were gonna bring the specialist anyway. So let's give this a shot.
Advent has constructed a psionic transmitter in this area, tied directly into their primary network. Our intel suggests destroying it while it's still connected will severely damage their linked systems. Plant the explosives before they have a chance to pull the plug.
So, here over on the right you can see the turn counter I was talking about. Usually it would be 4, but since we put in the settings that we want to double it, it's now 8, which is a lot more doable. So we got 8 turns until the mission fails. Thing is, and I think that's the transmitter with the nodes. There should be nodes that every time we destroy one, it'll increase that counter by 1 so that we have more turns to complete the mission. So I usually like to make my first move with the Ranger just because he's meant to be up close and personal. He's a good scouter, and there we go. He's pretty versatile, whatever, in maneuvering and reacting to, like, let's say, oh no, somebody, I discovered a pod. Luckily though, we're concealed, so they can't see us, but we can see them unless we go in these red things. I'm going to resist the temptation to do a dash right there, right now at least, and we'll work on trying to get the rest of the squad in a good position.
Moving on target location.
That would have been a good shot. That would have been a good spot for my sniper, now that I think about it. It's okay, though. Actually, we're probably gonna move him. We'll move him. We'll wait to do a dash. Okay. Let's use our brain drain. Okay. So we're just gonna move him there. And, okay. You usually want to wait till close to the end of your turn to use your dashes, just because once you make a dash, you can't take it back, and your soldier can't do anything. So let's say, like, I make a dash and then pop a squad or something like that, then yeah, like I said, you're screwed, you know? But since we're pretty close, I'm just gonna double dash. The only thing with this is that if they move, you know, back here a little bit, maybe even over there, they have a chance of spotting me, which then it'll get rid of concealment, and it won't be great. I don't know if they can shoot. I don't know if they can shoot once you're revealed. But I mean, I guess we'll see. I don't really remember. So I do want to move you here just so that I can bring my sniper up and get a good height advantage with her.
Affirmative.
And we're just gonna hunker you down, or not hunker you, but Overwatch, just in case they do something like that and possibly reveal us. But I think we may be good. Luckily, I put myself in full. Yeah, so this turn they're going to spot us because I am in the red. So since I'm in full cover, they weren't able to see me. If I was in this half cover, they would have spotted me. But since I'm in full cover, they can't see me. But I need to react this turn, or else I'll waste my concealment on nothing. So now I need to choose what she doesn't even have a shot. I need to choose what I want to do with this. So sectoids. They use psionic abilities. They can panic you, even mind control you. And I think they have maybe increased dodge just because they're slender. But they have a vulnerability to slash attacks, to melee attacks. So if we use my shotgun, it's 91% chance to hit, but only does 4 to 6 damage. But there's a 68% chance to crit. I think there's no, don't call this guy Ranger. Okay, sure. Okay, so here we go. So the increased statistics. So my aim originally, I have an aim stat of 68, so that gives me 68% chance to hit. But then weapon range, since I'm so close, it gives me plus 23% chance to hit, so 91% chance to hit. The crit, I'm flanking him because he's not in cover, so it's technically flanking. So that, what did it say? That gives me 40% chance to crit, plus the laser sight gives me plus 18% to crit, and then weapon crit is automatically 10% because of the shotgun. And then advanced laser sight, usually it's 10% chance to crit, but since I'm so close, it's 18 now. So that's cool. So chances are, if we hit him, which we're probably going to hit him, we're probably going to crit, and it's going to do more damage, and we'll probably kill him. So we need to decide what we want to do, because if I use my slash attack, so these highlighted, yellowish, orangish spaces, that's where I can go. That's where I'll end up after I use the slash attack, and a slash attack will end my turn, and it will reveal the squad. So once you do a slash attack, your soldier's there. It'll kill him, but I don't really have a lot of options with where I go. Whereas here, I'm in full cover, and I kind of like being there, Also, by popping that pod, they'll then be forced to move to another location. So if I want to, I can put someone on Overwatch in order to catch them as they run, which I think I'm going to do with my Grenadier. And then the other two, I'm just going to... I'm also going to do with my Sniper, just because I can't really move her and shoot at the same time anyway. So I'm going to leave Dixon here, just in case if he were to run somewhere where I don't have line of sight, then I can move him, and then hopefully kill him. But I'm gonna take the shot with my shotgun, just because it's better for me. And yeah, I did 9 damage, which that was expected. So now we were revealed, but he's gonna have to move. And Mia's gonna get the sniper shot and maybe hit. And she hit. It was... So with snipers, the closer you are, the less chance you have to hit. Plus it was an Overwatch shot, so that decreases the chances even more. So I don't know what her percentage shot was, but probably wasn't great. But she hit, so that's good. So now he dropped loot, so we're going to want to go get that. But we have 3 turns to get it, so I'm naturally going to be moving that way, so I'll just pick it up while I go. Now with you, you're pretty far back, and I didn't use an action, so I'm going to use an action to bring him up. And I'm going to Overwatch, just in case anybody comes through any doors or anything. Okay, so, going to remove my ranger up, collect the loot. Hopefully it's some good stuff. Alright, hair trigger, 2 hair triggers and an advent data pad. So the hair triggers, as we know, gives a 5% chance of yada yada yada. And the advent data pad, you can use it, you can research it, and gain intel from it. Intel can be used to buy special things and make contact with other regions to increase your income, which gives you more supplies, which all that good stuff. Okay, so those are pretty good things. So now we're just going to advance all our units up, make our way towards the transmitter, and also hopefully
moving to designated coordinates.
So I can't reach it. Did I make it down? Okay, I'm going once again gonna move my grenadier, gonna dash my grenadier down here so that I can give my sniper a better tactical, you know. Okay, that's fine. That's a transmitter. Or a yeah, the transmitter. That, oh, a relay, that's what they're called. So it's a relay, that's the thing that if we destroy it, it increases the turns until the mission fails. So we're gonna bring her into full cover just because I want her to be basically not moving so that she can take as many shots as she can. So we're gonna want her in a good spot where if something would happen that she was shot at, she would have a good chance of dodging it. And we keep moving up. Now I doubt we're gonna really be, so I have the option of shooting the transmitter. Actually what I'm gonna do, since there's no enemies around, I'm actually gonna move my sniper around here. So the pistol that she has doesn't have I mean, it has ammo, but it doesn't need to be reloaded. Oh, also, I can take a single action with my sniper and still use her pistol. The pistol only requires 1 action point, whereas the sniper rifle requires 2. So, yeah, I can use the pistol right now if I want to, which is giving me the option to. And since the pistol doesn't require to be reloaded, I can take this shot basically free. Whereas if I took the shot with my grenadier, it's going to use an ammo from my cannon, which I don't want to have to worry about reloading if I have, you know, 3 turns where I need to be shooting. So I am going to take the shot with her, and it destroyed it, and so now we have 6 turns.
The network separation has been temporarily delayed.
And we're going to keep moving up.
That's affirmative. Affirmative, covering now. Come get some. Come get some.
Yep. We get an Overwatch shot on them because they went into a field of view. We all missed, but that's expected because they're pretty far away.
That is not good. Got some advent here.
And now they know where we are, and they're going to react. So now that wall's on fire. So we probably want to get our grenadier out of the area just because fire can spread. I don't know how much. It really just all depends. But we don't want our grenadier to be burning because, yeah. So I can take. If I can take a sniper shot, I'm usually going to take the sniper shot. So you can see there, aim 75% because that's my natural aim. Height advantage is another 20% because I'm higher up than him. But he's in low cover, which gives me 20% less chance. So it basically negates the height advantage, but we still have a still a 75% chance to hit. 46 damage, 10% crit, blah blah blah. There is a chance of killing him, so we're gonna go for it just because I wanna rank up. We did 4 damage, which didn't kill him, but at least wounded him. There it said, yeah, gained 1 ability point from a height advantage shot. So those ability points can be used to buy those tactical upgrades I was talking about. So if I get something in like her sniper tree, then with enough tactical points or ability points, I can then get something in her pistol tree too if I wanted to, or just other, abilities. I'm gonna move up with my Shogun, and I have the option of killing him, but I also have a greater chance of killing him, so we're just gonna go for that. And a crit and overkill. Now, there's probably gonna be a greater chance. Well, let's see where we can move. Alright, we're gonna move him up to full cover. Luckily he didn't burn. Usually it gives you an indicator if when you go through fire you're gonna burn. So he has 60% chance. If I move him to this full cover, he's gonna have 55% chance. So we might as well use our cannon and this, okay, which is fine.
Get it together.
So I have the option of either taking a 55% chance or overwatching, because since he's in low cover and since he's wounded, there's a chance that he could run to try to get a flanking shot. Since he's so close to us, he could run and try to get a flanking shot, probably on him, Bailey, and then that'll give me a chance to do an overwatch shot on him, which probably is going to be a 55% chance, so we're just going to go for that. Or he's retreating, and then we get him in the back, so that's cool.
Taken care of.
So I'm gonna move up with Dixon, just because I was gonna move up with my Ranger, but he only has 1 ammo, so I want to decide if I want to reload him this turn, which I'm probably going to do, but I want to scout the area first with my Specialist just to see, because I also want to take a shot at the relay, because if I'm gonna take a turn to reload my weapons, I'm gonna want an extra turn, so I am going to move up with him, and then I'm gonna wait till the end to reload him. You want to wait till the end to reload your weapons, just because if you reload your weapon, it ends your turn, and then if you like reload, let's say I reload my Ranger and then I move with another character and it pops a pot over here and they move over here, he still had 1 shot left, so he could have a great chance at hitting them, but he just reloaded, so he's not going to be able to take it. So this way there's room for a reaction, but it's okay because we're not getting anything. So I am going to move my sniper up.
Got it.
Just dash her all the way up, just because she's not going to be hitting anything back there. There's no enemies back there anymore, probably. So we're going to bring her up with the rest of them and give her a chance to hopefully kill some more aliens. And we're just going to reload our cannon and our shotgun just to get us all good and ready. So that flare means that reinforcements are coming, so next turn they're going to drop reinforcements down, and it's going to be another pile of probably like 3 enemies that we're going to have to fight. So the cool thing about reinforcements is it telegraphs where they're going to land, and when they land you have overwatch shot opportunities. So I'm putting my shotgun right next to it, and I'm going to wait till the end to overwatch him, but I'm probably going to overwatch him. So hopefully they're probably not going to get it. If we hit with everything, they're not going to get a chance to make any moves. Basically, they're going to run to get to cover, and we're going to overwatch them and hopefully kill them all. So I'm using this turn just to And I am going to, so if you overwatch without taking a turn, you can overwatch with your sniper rifle. If you overwatch after you take a turn, you can only overwatch with your pistol. So even though she's not in a great spot, if we don't kill them all, she's going to be flanked. But I'm just going to bet that we kill them all. We'll see. I want to get the sniper rifle kill. So we are going to overwatch everybody and hopefully just eliminate this group before it even becomes a threat. It's only 2 guys. It's 3 guys. Which is fine. They only have 3 health. So, overwatch shots. Since it's so close though, I don't know. Oh, but yeah, she killed him. And he killed him. And I can't tell what's going on. This is the problem with XCOM. He lived. Both of those shots missed. The shotgun shot and the cannon shot missed. I don't think he can take a shot though on the turn that he dropped. But I may be completely wrong, which I think I'm completely wrong. But he did. Okay, so maybe he can. So, do we have a shot with a sniper? We do. But she needs to reload. So he only has 3 health. What does his cover situation look like? Okay. So, there's not really any point in going up there except to kill him, but I'm probably not going to kill him because my pistol doesn't do that much damage. We're going to decide what we want to do with you later. What I'm going to just do is I'm just going to run up and slash him. It's basically a guaranteed kill, 88% chance to hit, and if it hits, it's going to kill. Which, yeah. Just because I don't want to have to worry about that guy. So now with my sniper, I am going to reload because she has no shots left. And then I still have the option to move. I am going to move her up just so that I can get her in a better position some other time. And then with you, I'm just... I still have my specialist too. So I'm going to move up to see if there's any aliens. Which there's not. I'm going to reload you because you only have 1 shot left, and then with you, I'm kind of going to waste some ammo, but 3 turns is a little close for comfort for me, so I am going to take the shot. You're still going to have 1 ammo left, and now that relay is gone. Now we do have aliens that popped up. And we didn't have any overwatches because we used all our units, but that's okay. So, here's where, you know what, screw it. Here's where we're going to get a little bit reckless. We are going to slash this sectoid because there's decent cover around. There's cover from, you know, up your top. Again, I wish I could play this on. I wish I had a PC that I could play this on so I could use my mouse cursor to show you what I want to talk about. But we have cover. We have cover from a lot of angles here, a lot of sides. So we are going to take the slash attack. It'll do increased damage to him because it's a vulnerability to him. And it's going to kill him. Alright, because I don't want to have to worry about the sectoid. Oh, dude, like an hour and a half into XCOM, you're already getting reckless. Whatever. It didn't kill him, though. Okay. He did have melee vulnerability, but it only did 6 damage, which I wasn't expecting. Which is fine, because we still have 3 other units that we can use to kill 2 units. So, our sniper. 55% chance against the sectoid, or if we use... okay, so we also have the option of using our pistol, which will do decreased damage, but since they're so close, it'll increase the accuracy. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use it on this Advent Trooper just because it's decently high hit chance and it could either kill him or it won't, but we'll see. It missed, so it doesn't matter. Okay. Still got 2 units, it's okay. My main target is going to be the sectoid just because he can probably do the most damage to us. I could use a flashbang on him, which does not allow him to use psionic abilities, but I don't know if I want to waste a flashbang on him. So, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take the 52% chance. Well, okay, what's his chance of hitting? 60. His is 61. Okay, so basically the same there, and he has a 52. here's what we're gonna use him to take the shot on the sectoid. It killed him. We're good. I did that so that then I have a chance to move my specialist in a position to flank this guy because his rifle has a better chance to hit than the machine gun. So now we have a better chance to hit this guy also because he's flanked. So he should be good to go. Yep, okay. So we're good. We're safe. It all worked out. Okay.
We're not picking up any other contacts.
And now all the others are dead.
Deployed. Advent has almost cut off the transmitter from their network. We're running out of time.
So now we just want to go and do this as fast as possible. There's no more enemies, so we're good to just dash up and disable this, which we're not able to do this turn, which is fine. Because I use a dash attack. Sometimes with some things it'll let you perform an action after a dash if you're next to it, and then sometimes it doesn't. In this case, it didn't. Which is fine.
Disconnect the transmitter. This is our last chance.
Okay, so we're gonna plant the X4, which is like their C4, and destroy the transmitter.
X4 charges are active. That transmitter
and we win. Okay, so
Commander.
Flawless mission. That's what we want. That's the good stuff. No one was wounded. We killed everybody. Good stuff. Okay, so good mission. Again, a little bit slow paced, but there's a lot to explain. I want to establish an understanding of what's going on before I just start moving people places without explanation. Also because sometimes I don't have an explanation on why I move people some places. I just move them because, hey, this spot looks good. And it gives you some... So it gives you some stats. Most attacks was Bailey Bear. Successful shot percentage. So of all the shots that we took, 80% of those hit, and all that fun little stuff. New records on everything because this was our second mission. And promotions. Oh, so you see on Bailey, his stamina bar or whatever is now in the yellow. That means that he's tired. That means that he's going to have to take a few days to recover in order to be in peak, condition, so that he doesn't receive, so that his will isn't suffering, and so that he's healthy enough to go out. Yeah, I usually stray from taking tired units out on missions just because it can become a huge problem, because if they panic, then that can really just destroy your entire mission. So we're going to do some upgrades. Alright, so you got Scout Tree. That allows, like this one, when the squad is revealed, this soldier remains concealed. So, the whole squad, you take a shot, squad is revealed at the beginning of the mission. This guy stays in concealment unless he's the one that takes a shot. Usually, Scout is going to be my secondary tree that I go for. That's what I'm going to get with the ability points for most of those, just because the Assault, I use my Ranger in a more, Assault perspective. I use their blade attacks a lot more than I use their concealment things. Also, I usually start off combat with either my Ranger or my Sniper, so it wouldn't really, there's a 50-50 chance that my guy's going to be revealed anyway because I'm going to take the shot with him. So Phantom's not really what we want. Phantom would be more of a bonus, whereas Blade Master, sword attacks deal +2 extra damage and have +10 8. So, So with that sectoid that we were 2 damage off from killing, with Blade Master it would kill him. So we're gonna take Blade Master because there's gonna be more sectoids, and I like using my blade because it's a freaking sword. Now with Mia, again, Gunslinger, that's pistol attack, Sniper, that's your sniper rifle attacks. I usually go Gunslinger for my secondary tree. I've made straight up Gunslinger sharpshooter builds before, and they're fun, but I found not as fun and effective as just straight up shooting dudes in the face with a sniper rifle. Return fire when targeted by enemy fire, automatically fire back with your pistol once per turn. So only once per turn. So, if, let's say, like, somebody shoots at her, she'll return fire with her pistol, which could hit and may not hit, but that can do 2 to 3 damage to the enemy. But it can only happen once per turn. So, each turn, basically the first one that shoots at her, she'll shoot back. It's good, but I keep because Gunslinger is meant for if you're having your snipers up with the rest of the team. I usually keep my snipers back because they got squad sight, and I like to upgrade my sniper tree so that, they're effective at long range rather than being up there with their pistols. So return fire is like, hey, it's good to have, but I'm going to go with long range. Allow Overwatch to trigger with squad sight. So before, I had to have line of sight with an enemy in order to have an Overwatch shot with them with the sniper rifle. Now, I can be across the map, and as long as one of my squad mates have sight of the enemy, and I have line of sight, or Mia has line of sight with them, she can take an Overwatch shot on them, which is good. I like that. So we're gonna do that. And then Dixon for a specialist. You got Battle Medic or Combat Hacker. Combat Hacker, again, does damage to enemies and can hack like robots and stuff like that. Battle Medic, it's healing your squad. I'm gonna go, well, here's the thing. So, Medical Protocol. I was thinking about this earlier today. Gremlin can perform healing actions remotely. Gremlin Heal and Gremlin Stabilizes. Gremlin has a single charge. If the med kit is equipped, the Gremlin will gain an additional charge. So automatically by default, the Gremlin will have a med kit. I don't have to carry a med kit to have one charge, basically. If I carry a med kit, it'll have another charge, so that's 2 charges for the med kit. And this is what allows them to heal soldiers remotely, like from a different location. You don't have to be right next to them. As I was explaining earlier, I usually don't heal my characters in the beginning because if they're hit in early game, chances are they're dead. They're either not dead or they're dead. And the missions are usually short enough that if they are hit and they're injured, I don't really have to worry about them being hit again, because as long as I play well enough, then the mission's going to be over by the time they're in danger. I usually go Medical Protocol, but I was thinking about it today, and it actually makes more sense to go Combat Protocol. Send the Gremlin to an enemy to jolt them, dealing guaranteed damage, which is increased against robotic enemies. So this is 100%, this will hit, and it will do whatever damage it says it does. I think it's like 3 damage. It does increased damage against robotic enemies. This makes sense to get because I think it does 3 damage, and a lot of those Advent Troopers have 3 health. So if I have an Advent Trooper that I wasn't able to kill, and it's flanking my guys or whatever, I want to get him out of the way, I can just guaranteed kill him with the Gremlin. So I'm going to go with that, because that makes sense to me. And Bailey Bear wasn't promoted because I guess he didn't get any kills or something, I don't know. But yeah, so we got hair triggers, all that, and the loot. Cool. Alright.
Hello, Commander. The council you once knew is no more. Its membership have all sworn loyalty to the Advent administration. With one exception. It is good to see you again. In the days since your capture, I have done all I can to aid the resistance from the inside. It was these resistance operatives that provided the intel leading to your recent extraction. As of now, resistance forces are currently somewhat disorganized. If we are to defeat Advent and their alien masters, you must change this before it is too late. What you are seeing are classified reports of missing civilians from across the world. Their numbers are growing. We suspect they have been taken to a nearby Advent black site, though its exact location remains unknown. Time is short, Commander. We need you to take charge of resistance operations throughout the world. Establish contact with the local cells and bring them into the fold. Find this black site and shut it down. Save our world. The clock is ticking. Good luck, Commander.
Okay. I think that was just talking about the... yeah, so that's like our main objective. We're trying to find that black site and assault it and figure out what Advent's doing, because we actually don't know what's going on. So research resistance communications, which will happen. We're researching the area in biotech. Eventually we'll get to resistance communications, fly to black site region once we find it, and then make contact.
We're making progress, Commander. I've updated our objectives based on the latest findings.
Another impressive effort, Commander. My expectations were high, and yet you have exceeded them.
Commander, having these two soldiers continue to work together has paid off. They know each other well enough at this point that we can have them train as a pair for additional tactical capabilities.
So, first off, we got that engineer because we completed that mission, and that was our reward. Now, this was the bond I was talking about. So Bailey and Dixon cohesed enough so that they create a bond. I can bond them, or I can ignore it and choose to bond them later.
I don't blame Shen for wanting to keep an eye on Taigen, but at this point, we need all the help we can get.
So I kind of wanted Bailey to bond with Mia, because, like, they're my cats. So I'm gonna ignore it for now, and I'm gonna see what their cohesion levels are. If it's high, then I'm gonna just wait for Mia and Bailey to bond, but if not, I'll just bond Bailey and Dixon, and they'll probably bond Mia to me, and I don't know. That's more just like cosmetic stuff, because I want my cats to be friends, but, you know, we'll see. So level 1 bonds can be formed immediately, but all future bond levels are attained by staffing solo bond, blah blah blah, and training center. But we didn't get the training center because that's not important for now. So I'm gonna ignore it for now. That's our engineer.
Facilities commander. We should keep looking for more recruits, though. We'll need them to staff the facilities once they're built.
So, with the engineer, instead of reducing guerrilla tactics school, because I think it only reduces it by half, so then it'll be 4 days. There's not a huge difference in 4 days and 8 days, especially in like early game. Well, maybe there's more of a difference in early game, but 8 days isn't a whole lot to me. I may be naive thinking that. I mean, in game days, you know what I mean. I can deal with waiting 8 days if that means that we can start doing stuff.
Left over in this area. If we clean this stuff out, we could probably use this space for a new facility.
So yeah,
but it's going to take some time to get all that stuff cleared out.
I'd much rather start working on this while that's going. Start working on clearing the debris while the thing's building, rather than put all my efforts into building the school. Okay, so I want to check my bonds, which will be in view soldiers. So, Mia Butthead, her, let's see, soldier bonds.
Commander, each of our soldiers has a unique relationship with their squad mates. As they complete combat missions together, their compatibility will grow and can eventually develop into a lasting bond.
Alright, so she has high compatibility with all of them. 7.2 with Dixon, and then 7 with Bailey. So I'm actually just gonna wait for them. Well, would that make sense to have a grenadier and a sniper, though? Oh. Because here's the thing. When you get to bond level, I think like 4 or something, you have an ability, once per turn, you can take a shot with both teammates by using that ability, if both of them have line of sight. So with the shotgun, I usually use my rangers and my sharpshooters in tandem with each other. I usually mutually support each other with them. You know what I mean. So yeah, I'll wait for the bond. Because I could wait for the bond with me, but our compatibility is only 5.6, so it's going to take longer to bond them. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet, honestly. Let's see what my bond levels are. So bonding, it's not really a huge... Okay, so I have the highest with Mia. So I should just wait for me, because all of these are going to take forever to grow to next bond levels. So I might as well just wait for Mia. she's good with everybody, but apparently everyone hates me, and only Mia. Well, hey, it's not much. Pretty true there. Mia's the only one that really likes me. So I'm just gonna wait for our bond to grow, and then do that. So I will bond Bailey and Dixon then, because they're the only other two left. Can I bond them when they're tired? I think so. Yeah, okay, so I am going to bond them. No, I don't need to create a poster, because it's very, oh my god, yeah, he has very high cohesion with Bailey, 8.9. So it's the best that we can do right now. Alright, so they have a bond now, and then probably in another mission, Mia and I will have a bond. So now, I'm going to go back. Oh, Heather, no, your character didn't die, but when I deleted this game from my PS4 and then reinstalled it, I guess it deleted all of my character pools. So if you want me to, I can put you back in. I can put you in for Dixon, and you could be a specialist, and you could be bonded to my cat, or I could put you in as something else. So let me know what you want me to do with that, and I'll do that. So, sorry. Alright, so alien facility, that thing that happened.
Signal from an emergency locator beacon. It's definitely one of ours, from the original invasion. I know it sounds crazy, but if there's any chance some of our people could still be out there, I think we owe it to them to find out.
So, the alien facility, it's locked right now. I have to unlock it by making contact with regions, and things will happen. We'll get into that later. We don't have to worry about. I'm not gonna assault any facilities for a while. So, locator beacon. Okay, yeah, yes to what? Do you want me to bond you with Bailey, or do you want to be your own character? So, locator beacon. Am I? Oh. Okay, so this has to do with the DLC. Which I'm not going to get into yet, because I will get destroyed in that mission. Yeah, I don't know if this campaign's going to be a success. I may die one of these streams to a point where I can't recover because of Iron Man mode, because of the DLC. So we'll see. We'll see. We may have to revive this. We may have to restart this campaign or do another campaign. All right. Heather, I'll probably just make you another character. I'll decide after the stream. I don't know. We'll see. Alright, so we're still scanning for the rookies. I'm gonna do all the character creation off stream just because I don't want to. I'm already. What's up?
So much of my own research based upon this simple design. If only I had known. Ah, Commander, excellent timing. There's been some progress. I've managed to break down several key components of the chip implanted into your skull. My analysis reveals that its primary function was that of a conduit, passing a vast amount of data directly to your cerebral cortex. With the primary connection severed, much of that data is lost. Several fragments do remain, however. Ghosts, if you will. Observe. Tactical combat simulations. War games. The sheer volume of encounters you were processing was astounding. It is truly remarkable that you survived as long as you did. Though this may seem disconcerting, there is still some good news. This chip bears a striking resemblance to a medical implant I briefly assisted in developing at the gene therapy clinic in New Providence. My understanding was that the implants were intended for high-ranking Advent officers only, captains or above. Retrieving a chip from such an officer would be the only way to know for certain. A greater understanding of these implants would undoubtedly benefit us all, Commander.
So I actually just realized something, because I've never actually taken time to listen to all that. It was talking about how the chip was streaming data as it was brain doing simulations. I think what they were trying to get there was that the ending, like, the mission, some of the missions and the ending to XCOM 1 was actually all a simulation that never happened, but it was a simulation that you did, because they were trying to gather intel on, like, tactical, I guess that's how they took over, was they had you to basically predict what, tactics humans would use in order to win the war. So yeah, that's cool. I didn't really pick up on that before, so that's cool. So now we got new objectives.
Have clearly been modified to allow for their subordinates to receive new orders psionically. The implanted chip is the key.
And as I was saying before, I'm going to do all the character creation off stream just because I'm taking enough time to explain all of this, and we've only done 2 missions, and it's only been like 2 hours, and I'm very sorry. But there's a lot in this game, especially going on, not playing the first game, not showing the first game. There's a lot of stuff in this game, especially with the we haven't even gotten to the war chosen. Anyway, it's gonna be a long campaign. Just get ready. I may play some more of this on Sunday. I'll play Destiny 2, but yeah. So we got some more objectives. The infirmary, now we can build. It'll decrease blah blah. We can also remove negative traits acquired. If you're gravely wounded or, beat up enough, you can receive negative traits, so like fear of mechs or fear of burning or something like that. So that when you're exposed to certain things like fire or like robotics, you have a chance to panic, which again isn't good. And we don't want that.
During the course of our research, we made a startling breakthrough that has led us to another potential avenue of study. However, if we are to proceed down this path, we must do so immediately, or I fear we will lose our opportunity to return to it in the future.
Okay, so these are the breakthroughs I was talking about. Now this one was modular cannons. So I think this increases damage done by cannons by 1, but if we don't do it now, it's gonna be lost. So we're probably gonna do it just because that's good, because cannons are good. So yeah, we're going to do it now. If I were to be researching something else and a breakthrough would occur, I can pause that research and then do the breakthrough. So there really isn't any penalty to choosing breakthroughs, so that you don't, there's less penalty for doing breakthroughs than there is for not doing them, because the penalty for not doing them is you lose the breakthrough, whereas, the only penalty for choosing a breakthrough and pausing something else is that thing's paused and you have to wait longer in order to research it. So we are going to do modular cannons, just because it's only 5 days and it is pretty good. It could make a difference.
Having success.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, Italian. Alright, so we got the rookies, finally. We got all those greenies. Alright. Wasn't there something else? Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, wait. No, we do want to do this. This doesn't have to do anything with... Well, this is the DLC, but it's not a mission. We're just going to recover loot, and some of that loot is good. One of them is a frost grenade. Okay, so the debris was cleared. One of them is a frost grenade that freezes enemies for 1 turn, so they can't attack, they can't move, they can't do anything. But it has a low area of effect. But we're going to need that. Okay, so now... We have another, we got another room open. There is a certain strategy to the way we want to lay out these rooms, because there's something you can build called a workshop, which allows you to house engineers there. Housing an engineer allows them to operate 2 gremlins, and those gremlins act each as an engineer.
Than your average trooper, but I doubt our forces will have any trouble bringing in a test subject for Tygan to look at. Especially since he's not asking for a live one. There's not a whole lot that surprises me these days, but I'm definitely curious to see if the chip we pulled from the commander really is connected to the ones Advent's been using in their captains.
So, basically you get 2 engineers for the cost of 1 if you house an engineer in the workshop. those gremlins can be used to get bonuses. And when you house a gremlin or an engineer in any of the buildings in a built facilities like this Guerrilla Tactical School, it receives like bonuses. Like with a power relay, it'll give you extra power. So you'll have like the 5 power from the relay, and then housing an engineer there gives you an extra 2 or 3 or something like that. Exposed power coils. These, you can do 2 things with these. This will either give you extra power if you build a power relay on it. So like you get plus, I think 5 for a power relay, and then if you build on this, you could get plus, I think like another 5 or something. I don't remember exactly what it is. We'll have to wait till we get there. Or if you don't build a power relay on it, you can build any other facility, and that facility won't cost any power if you build it. I don't know if you can hear the water running because the pipes run through my room, but if you can hear that, that's water running because someone's using water. But I prefer to build power relays on the exposed power coils just because it gives you more of a benefit usually to get the extra power instead of just a facility not costing any power. And I do want to build a workshop adjacent to it so that we can put a gremlin there, because that's just how I want to do things. So we're probably going to build our workshop there, build a power relay there. This is just me playing ahead. Build a power relay there so that we get extra power and then even more extra power from the gremlin. And then we're going to put... And you can't use gremlins diagonally. It has to be adjacent like that and across. So that's what we'll do there. So for this spot, we're probably going to build a training center. This allows us to establish greater bonds and purchase tactical abilities. I'm choosing this because I don't think training centers have any engineer bonuses, so we don't have to worry about the workshop or engineers or anything. And if they do, then we can always add an engineer to it too. You can't, gremlins aren't the only way that you can give bonuses to rooms, but it's easier. Training center, okay. So yeah, so so we're housing the engineer there in order to decrease the time it takes to build it, and then that's also only taking 3 days. So it's it's all good. Looking good so far. Alright, still recovering the cargo. Probably, yeah, we're gonna pop some else.
The skirmishers are Advent. Advent is the enemy. The enemy is food.
Try not to bring that up when we meet, Volk.
You take their side after all we've seen these years?
Look, I'm not exactly having drinks with them, but they did hold up their end of the bargain. What about you?
Wait and see. Volk out.
Actually think they might show up. Commander, that was Konstantin Volokov, Volk to his friends. He and his Reapers are a big part of the reason why you're standing here today. Volk may be a little rough around the edges, but he's the real deal. Heads one of 3 resistance groups operating independently from us that we consider a legitimate threat to Advent. Together, they'd make one hell of a fighting force. Too bad they hate each other. Still, we've made some unlikely progress. Volk's Reapers may have found you, but they weren't acting alone. They were tipped off by a group of Advent defectors known as the Skirmishers. No one's big on working with these guys, knowing where they came from. But you wouldn't be here without their help. Both the Reapers and the Skirmishers have agreed to suspend hostilities provided you serve as the go-between. Trust doesn't come easy between these two, so we're heading for a nice, quiet spot on neutral ground. Even so, let's not take any chances. Intel on this area is weak, and we're picking up strange chatter on comms. Not to mention we're ending a decade-long blood feud today. I'd advise our soldiers to be fully prepared before we deploy on this one, Commander. Good luck.
So, so Reapers and the Skirmishers, this all plays into the War of the Chosen DLC. Basically, Reapers, they're sneaky sneaks. They use little rifles and stuff. They're good. You're able to, so these factions sometimes give you like Reapers, Skirmishers, and then there's also the Templars, which come later. And sometimes you can like use their soldiers. You can add their soldiers to your roster, and use their classes. So you can have like a Skirmisher, Reaper, and all those. Skirmishers are defectors, yeah, from defectors from Advent. So they are Advent soldiers, but they broke the mind control and are now working against them. So they have like insider info and all that there, and they're they're pretty cool. But the Skirmishers and the Reapers hate each other because, the Reapers still see the Skirmishers as basically enemies because they are Advent technically still. But yeah, we're gonna meet them. And this mission will probably...
All available soldiers are standing by to deploy.
It'll probably take the rest of the stream because this mission is pretty long, and I usually set up in the settings to skip this mission just because it's so long, and I've done it a million times.
Alright. That should be enough to keep them from killing each other. We've got a temporary ceasefire in place for the duration of the meet, but still, that doesn't mean we shouldn't be ready for anything.
Okay, so we are going to send, so there's like different squads that you can send, well, there's multiple squads you can send, but you can only do 2 for this mission, and it's just how the mission works. So I am gonna do me and Mia because I want them to bond, and yeah. I think, I already added the upgrades to them, so how they are is how they are. I don't think there's any other items I can build. No, I can build an Anasco vest, but I don't want to. Next squad, okay, so this will be the other squad. Crap, is Bailey still? Bailey is tired. So we bonded them. I can send him out, but it's a longer mission, and I don't want to take the chance of him panicking or something bad happening. So I guess we're sending Paul Walker with Dixon, a rookie, or Paul Walker is the rookie, so it is what it is, let's go. It's not ideal to send a rookie out usually on a mission like this, especially in a squad of 2. But it's what we're going to work with. And honestly, it may not be too bad for this mission, so we'll see. I apologize for all the suppressed yawns. It is 9:18 at night, and I worked for 10 hours today. So I'm tired. Your boy's tired, okay? But I'm having fun. This is honestly one of my favorite games of all time. So
you'll split into 2 squads, rendezvous with each faction, and bring their envoy directly to the location of the meet. Officially, this city no longer exists, so we don't expect a lot in the way of Advent resistance. Still, keep your eyes peeled. It's been about 20 years since we last stepped foot in this place.
Yeah, it's going better than Apex so far. Excited to bring that back on Wednesday. I played a little bit last night, and it went better. It's just off stream, it's always better. Just because I'm not concentrating, or I'm concentrating more on the game. So maybe I'll just stay more silent next time. I don't know, but I mean, hey, that last win was still probably the coolest win I'm ever gonna get in Apex. So we'll see though.
First set of coordinates. Firebrand and the second team will head to the next drop point. Detecting increasing biological signatures in the area ahead. And I'd say we're in the right place. Stay sharp out there today, people. Just because this city was abandoned doesn't mean it's lifeless.
Yeah, Apex. I don't really play a whole lot of Battle Royales. I played PUBG Mobile, And I played a little bit of Blackout, but I sucked at Blackout. But yeah, Apex is it's a different breed, I think, of battle royales.
Impressive reflexes, but unnecessary.
Stand down. We're all friends here.
You are safe here. More so than you imagined. We shall see if the same holds true for these skirmishers of yours. Your presence already disturbs them. We must move quickly. My people will take care of this camp. Come.
Yeah, Reapers are cool. They used to be my favorite the first time I played through this.
Now. We've plotted the most direct route there. We don't know much about the skirmisher contact you'll be meeting other than his name. Mox.
Mox? Great Mox? His death squads wiped out entire camps of my people in the first years of the war. You would dare do this?
Pretty sure hands are bloody on both sides of this fight. That's the whole point of this intervention.
Reapers are born in the shadows, in the cold, harsh world that was waiting for us out there. We rely on stealth and long-range attacks, and our marksmen are unmatched by even the best XCOM has to offer.
So yeah, what he said. So instead of concealment, they have shadow. It basically acts as, it's kind of like that ability that I could have done for my ranger, where when we break concealment, they don't break concealment. And even when they shoot, there is a percentage chance that they still will remain in shadow and won't reveal themselves. With each shot you take, I think that chance increases. I think first it's a 50-50 chance, and then anything after that is an 80% chance that you're going to be revealed. Again, there's upgrades that you can get to lower that. But yeah, while in shadow, they have increased mobility, and their enemies have smaller detection radii. You can get right next to an enemy, like literally one tile away from an enemy when you're in a shadow with a Reaper. So they can be very deadly if you use them correctly. They used to be my favorite new class with this. So as you see, she has shadow, we don't have anything. So actually, since they have such small detection radii, I usually dash my Reapers, just because there's a very low chance that they're going to be revealed, and it gives great scouting. A Reaper and a Sniper are deadly together, because you can get right up next to an enemy and the Sniper take the shot and take them out, and the enemies won't even know where your squad. You could have, you could have a Reaper all the way across like the map, and they won't even know that where the rest of your guys are. You could all be all the way on the end, or on the other end of the map. So again, Reapers are really good when you know how to use them. They were my favorite new class with this DLC when it first came out, but as time went on, I found how valuable the other ones were.
I cannot fathom what they were like in their original function.
We were there, Doctor. You're better off having missed it.
You'll see with the Templars, they're a melee-based, melee, yeah. Based class, so they just slice with freaking psionic swords and stuff. It's cool. And I usually use them a lot, but now that I'm doing Iron Man mode, and, all that, since I can't really save scum, I'm probably gonna use them a little bit less, just because I did, use save files a lot when using the Templars. So usually I don't, you wouldn't want to dash anybody farther than this line that this Reaper is, because anything, in this area, the Reaper's already scouted. If she hasn't seen it, then we're not going to see it. Now if I move Mia even a tile ahead of the Reaper, that could be one tile enough to pop somebody, and then I just use a dash, and I just use a dash on her, and then that leaves one. So like we don't want to. We can. I'm going to use a dash, but I'm not going to go any farther than the Reaper, just because we're not in concealment. Good. We're not in concealment, so if we do see somebody, it's going to pop them, and they're going to react.
Headed there now.
Now, what could have happened too is with Mia, with me moving farther right from the Reaper, there could have been enemies to the right, upright, that the Reaper didn't see. So it could have popped that, but I just took my chances with that, like I usually do. Alright. So, the Lost. Maybe they'll get into it, maybe not, maybe I'll have to explain it. They're not. Okay, the Lost. They are... Well, we'll see. Let's take a shot at them and see if it explains anything about it. I'd rather take a shot with my sniper, but we're gonna go, and we're probably not gonna become See, there we go. Didn't reveal him because it was under 50%.
If we are careful with our shots, we will prevail. No more time for regrets. We are not alone.
Those things, they still look like people.
What was human died years ago. Only the taint of the aliens survives now. Where there is one, more will follow. You must not hesitate to destroy them.
So, the Lost, they're basically zombies. XCOM unit kills the Lost unit with a standard attack. The unit receives an additional action point. By carefully selecting targets, soldiers can kill several Lost and still move normally. If the shot taken misses or fails to kill the Lost target, the soldier will not receive the additional action. Special attacks such as grenades do not grant actions when killing the Lost. So, with Lost, when you shoot at them, instead of just taking a regular shot, the shot's called headshot. If you successfully hit and kill the Lost, it doesn't. Basically you don't take an action. It doesn't cost an action point, or the action point is refunded to you. The way they were is it's refunded to you. So you can do, 5 headshots in a row, 10 headshots in a row, 20 headshots in a row if you have the ammo. I don't know if it's possible to do 20 in a row with the pistol. Yeah, well, that's where having the gunslinger sniper becomes effective, is with the Lost, because if you have a pistol that does high damage, which you can get later, you can non-stop do headshots on the Lost and it won't use any ammo because you don't reload pistols. So that's where that gets fun. But for right now we don't have that. We can, whatever. So right now we're basically, the thing is, you can take if you don't move, you can take headshots, and then when you're out of ammo you can reload. That only uses one action point. You still have an action point left, and then you can take more headshots. So just because you have to reload doesn't mean you stop taking headshots. It just means that then you can't move your character. You can also do headshots. Really, there's a lot of combinations with this headshot thing that you can do. Sadly, there's not a great place for me to move. Okay, there we go. So since the Reaper was in shadow, it didn't pop them because she wasn't revealed, but now that I came in sight with it and I'm not in concealment, it did pop them and they know where I am. Just still not the Reaper. So I managed to hit with the shotgun, killed him. Now you'll see I'm able to take another action if I want to, but I don't have line of sight with this Lost, so we're gonna just wait. Let's see if I won't have a shot with my, what about from here? No. So I am going to take a shot with my Reaper once again to kill that Lost. And this time I was revealed because it was 80% chance because it was my second shot. That's fine. I think, yeah, so you do have the ability once per, I think, per mission to enter Shadow again. Now it's on cooldown because I just came out of Shadow. And that's what the T1 is. It's one turn, which is fine. Whatever. I'm not gonna. Yeah. So we're gonna move up with my sharpshooter. What's it called? I'm just gonna use a sniper for the class name. I'm sorry, but I'm not keeping track of all the technical names. All right. So we got more Lost incoming. she's gonna take a shot because I put her Overwatch because she still had actions because it was headshots. And there's still one left.
These creatures' DNA has mutated well beyond what we would classify as human. Perhaps the result of long-term exposure to the alien radiation from those pods. Though why anyone would subject themselves to that, I cannot imagine.
When the government fell, millions starved. Many fled to cities such as this to scavenge for food. They did not heed the warnings.
So, here's what I was talking about with the sniper. With the sharpshooter. I took a move, so I can't use my sniper, but I can still use my pistol. 100% chance with the pistol, and it does 2 to 3 damage, and he only has 2 health, so he's guaranteed to die. And now, that didn't cost an action, and that also didn't cost any ammo. I'm still at 4 ammo with my sniper, so if I wanted to, I could keep doing, if there was more around me, I could do pistol shots. I could even combo that if there was some over here with sniper shots, you know. Snipers are really, they can be really versatile, man, freaking pronunciations. They can be, you can do a lot with them with the Lost. I really like, another reason that I really like the snipers in this game. I am going to reload with Outrider and Overwatch. I'm going to Overwatch with Butthead there. And that Overwatch was for the pistol.
At first, they may appear mindless, but they hear quite well. In great numbers, they can be very deadly.
So here's the thing, is that with the Lost, they're melee only. They don't have weapons to shoot, they will not shoot you. So cover, I don't think matters, because with melee, I don't know if there's bonus actions for flanking, because if you're meleeing somebody, chances are you're going to be flanking them. So I think it's, see ya SIM card 13. I think it's, I think it's okay to just move out of cover with the Lost. You don't really have to worry about that. Because if they're gonna hit you, then they're gonna hit you. I'm gonna have to do research on that though, but for now, chances are we're gonna kill them before it doesn't even matter, so yeah. And we're just gonna clean shop, whatever. Alright, we're gonna move all our units up. Again, not gonna worry about cover. I'm gonna have to do research, you know. Your experience may vary, you know, with this no cover thing. And I'm even gonna move him up more, because he's the shotgunner. And that popped them. So, that's what I was talking about, is with dash attacks, especially on the last turn, you can pop a pod, and then you don't really have a whole lot that you can do. Luckily, I only took one action with her, with Mia, so I have shots, but it missed, so now she's out of actions. Now, with Outrider, I don't have line of sight with any of those enemies, and I only have one action, so I can't hit any of them. So all I can do is go into Overwatch and hope one of them goes into my line of sight and that I hit them, and then that leaves one of them to do whatever they want. There's 3 of them actually, so that leaves 2 of them to do whatever they want. So she did hit with that limits down to 2. Chances are, they're probably not going to be able to do anything.
Of our own people, left to turn into these things.
So yeah, Central's not happy about it.
All we can offer them now is a merciful death.
No longer a threat.
Yeah. So we're just gonna, again, do that. So the Lost, since they're melee, they have, I'm pretty sure, crazy movement. Like, they can move pretty far and still attack. So that is one thing you want to watch out for. I don't know the exact tile. I don't exactly know, you know, yeah, the amount of tiles that they can move, but I've been so very surprised before of how much they can actually move, and it's really kind of screwed me sometimes.
Roger that.
So, I am going to reload with him just because there's low danger of anything happening. And with the lost ammo, you burn through ammo really fast with the lost because you can take so many actions.
They have no cause, no fear. They simply exist. If we do not defeat the aliens soon, we will become little more than they are.
Headed there now.
Also, that Redding Man icon, that's our objective. That's where we're trying to get. We're trying to evac to that zone. So we're just making our way up there. Then we got another pot of lost, but not too bad. I can take... Ooh. Okay, so these are pistol shots because I moved. We are going to take a chance. Yep. Chances are we can kill all of these lost just with our pistol. Except for that one because it only did 2 damage because a pistol does 2 to 3 damage and that one had more health. Okay, so we are going to move Outrider up.
Volk says I am to obey.
And we don't have line of sight with her with anybody. So we are going to take a 59% chance to crit. And we are going to take this shot and it missed, which is expected because it's a shotgun. So we're going to Overwatch with Outrider, find somewhere lost. This is where it gets tricky. You can get overrun by lost very fast, but they're also pretty easy. If you don't miss like that, you can take them out pretty fast too. It's just, it's in the numbers, you know? So chances are they won't be able to hit us. Those guys may not. Okay.
We risked all this for pray tell Mox? If he is not what you say he is, I shall kill him myself.
Looking forward to this meeting already.
So in this case, we are going to use our sniper because some of these guys have 3 health and they're good enough shots that I'm comfortable using the sniper for.
Kill confirmed.
61's probably like bare minimum what I'd go for. Yeah, at least on the sniper. Well, that's a total lie. I snipe just about anything, but we are going to get closer with our shotgun. And again, and they don't go into cover, so they don't take flanking bonuses, but they also don't receive bonuses from cover. So I think technically you are always flanking. No. There is no flanking bonuses, but again, they don't have cover bonuses either for the Lost. So basically, the closer you are, the greater chance you have to hit. Pretty standard. And we will take the shot with, and we will kill it. So now, Lost are pretty much taken care of, I think, but we are still going to Overwatch because they actually weren't, and she will hopefully kill him. And she did. So there we go.
Biological readings in your general area are clear. No more creatures on approach.
For now.
Then let's not linger here. Head to the evac coordinates now.
Central. Biological signatures are grouping into a singular mass. One closing in on this position.
A swarm. We must push forward before it arrives.
Yeah, we don't want to get caught on that. A swarm is just a big mass of Lost that appear, and they're annoying. I'm 1 tile away from getting into the evac, so I dashed all of them because there's no more enemies.
A momentary victory. Others are surely on the way. We must keep moving.
There we go. Okay. So now we can get in.
As you order, Commander.
You should have a clear path through now. Second squad is already en route to Mox. Proceed to the rendezvous and await their arrival.
Oh. We'll be there.
But wait, there's more. There's a lot more to this mission. We are gonna go after 10 o'clock with this. I'm gonna at least finish. I will finish this mission. But this is probably one of the longest missions in the thing, just because it introduces the entire mechanic of the Lost. It introduces the skirmishers. It introduces, the Reapers. So. Like I said, usually I choose to skip I don't skip the mission, but in the settings I just do a more concentrated, basically when there's an option in the settings that allows you to not do this mission, and instead you just choose, oh, I want to start with a Reaper, and then you unlock the factions. But I'm doing the traditional story for the stream, so we're doing the mission. Okay, cool. Also,
looks like trouble ahead. The rendezvous could be compromised. Stay focused. Contact! Get down! We may have a bigger problem here. I'm guessing that's our man. Well, our contact anyway.
Crocksod. Advent. Puppet. Roxtala. 410. They were sent here to hunt. To purge the Drop 10. The Lost. Our meeting point is still secure. She is free of the imposter gods. I would give anything that all my kind could say the same. Even sit down with your Reapers. Now, we must go.
So yeah, skirmishers are pretty badass.
With outriders further ahead. Proceed through this district as quickly as possible, but be careful. Something tells me this city still has a few more surprises to throw our way.
Surprises are the least of our worries today. It is these Reapers of yours that are of true concern.
We, the skirmishers, were created by the false gods of this world to serve and die as their puppets. We retain all that we were and more, and our prowess in battle serves us well in our cause. In close combat, none can stand opposed to us.
Okay, so the cool thing about skirmishers is their actions act, I guess you could say, independently from like their other actions. So usually if you take a shot on your first turn, that ends your turn. You know, you use both of your actions in that one action. With skirmishers, they can shoot on their first turn and then either shoot again using their second action, or they can move on their second action after they shot. So that's cool. The grapple adds to the versatility, allowing the skirmishers quickly traverse the battlefield and get into advantageous positions. So they have a grapple that you can just traverse a certain number of tiles, whatever. You can use it to get up to higher elevation, stuff like that. And the cool thing about the grapple is that it's an ability that doesn't require an action point. You can use that and then still have both of your actions available. So you can use a grapple and shoot twice, move, whatever you want to do. But the action, since it's an ability, it's on a cooldown. I think it's like 2-3 turns of cooldown. So you can only use, you're limited on how much you can use the grapple, obviously. So can't use the grapple now because there's no place to grapple to. We are going to move him up. And now we can grapple to these if we want, which I'm not going to because, as you can see, those provide, well, actually, ooh, hold up. Oh, okay. So you can see up on this truck and up here, it provides no cover from, you know, any of this area because there's no walls. Whereas here, we got a wall here, we got a wall here, and we got this crate up here. That's only going to provide half cover, but it's at a higher elevation, which is going to provide more of a height advantage to us, and I think provide a height disadvantage to them. I'm not super sure about that. And again, I'm not sure about the numbers, but screw it, we're going to go for it. And we're probably going to make contact. We didn't make contact with anything. Okay, so in that case, we're pretty safe to just dash a little bit. Nothing crazy. And we're just going to put Paul Walker there. I already feel like I'm going to make him... was Paul Walker the dude? Whatever. Alright, so we're going to Overwatch with you. And, okay, so he hears people from over there. Any soldier, when they're in a certain... There's a chance to detect enemies. Okay. So they moved into his line of sight, so he had an Overwatch shot, reaction shot on them. So these are purifiers. They have flamethrowers. Pretty self-explanatory. And sometimes there's, like, I guess a 50-50 chance that when you kill them, they explode, damaging whatever's around them, even themselves, or even their own allies.
A singular purpose, to contain the Drop 10, the Lost. We must eliminate this patrol quickly before others arrive.
Fine by me. Take them down.
So yeah, these guys with their flamethrowers were designed to eliminate the Lost. Alright, so he didn't explode. Let's see if this other one explodes. Let's see if I... Oh, they also have Justice. Use the grapple to pull a humanoid target to you and deliver a Ripjack strike. So I can use my grapple by using this ability to pull him to me, adjacent to me, and then I'll do a melee attack on him. The only thing is, with Purifiers you want to be careful because they can explode, even with a melee attack. So if I were to kill him and explode, that's going to do damage to me. Also destroy whatever covers around me. Right now I'm elevated, so that's going to destroy the floor below me, which makes me it'll drop me down to the next lowest terrain, and also make me take fall damage. So we're not going to do that. Instead, we're going to just fire a weapon because we have 2 chances at it. We hit with the first, and we're just going to go for the second one. So there we go. He did explode, blew up everything.
Those tanks could explode. Careful with these things. We don't need to take any unnecessary chances.
The patrol has been liberated. May their lives not be lost in vain. We must push forward and complete our mission.
Works for me. Move out.
That position's not the best position because it doesn't really give you any cover to anything out here, but again, whatever. We're getting, it's almost 10 o'clock, we're getting reckless, okay? I will reload with him, I'm going to Overwatch with him, and I'm going to Overwatch with him. I don't even know if there's any more enemies to worry about though, so I'm probably pretty good just to start moving forward, but also the Lost may show up. Spoilers, I don't know, I don't remember.
Heading out.
So we're just gonna work on moving our guys up.
Understood. Moving out.
We're even gonna be a little risque, go up here, and okay.
This is no patrol. It's an army.
Yes, one we do not have time to face.
Everyone, get back!
So that happened. Again, skirmishers are freaking awesome.
May be down, but unfortunately, that was our extraction point.
I fear that is not the worst of it. Multiple biological signatures rapidly on approach to your position.
The Lost. The sound of combat excites them. They are drawn to it.
And you just blew up a fuel truck?
There was no other choice. Find an alternate exit. We will deal with the Lost.
So, legs up.
Dashers. They are not as docile as the rest of their kind.
An apt description. It would seem the mutation has somehow accelerated these Dashers' metabolism, allowing enhanced speed and agility, with a corresponding increase in aggression.
So, okay, like zombies, Lost are drawn to noise. You don't want to use promotion. You don't want to use explosions when you're in an area with the Lost, because that's what will attract the Lost swarms, which is what we're facing right now. These Lost Dashers, they're the ones that can run extreme distances. Like, he could, if I don't kill him, he could definitely run up and hit me over all those tiles. So we want to eliminate him. And they usually, I think they usually have more health too. Okay. So I missed, oh god. I missed him, but the rounds, there's always a chance that your rounds can impact environment around them. In this case, it hit a car, which then either on the beginning of his turn, on the Lost turn, or the beginning of my next turn, that card's gonna explode, making another explosion, attracting more Lost, making my life harder. So we're just trying to hold position for 4 turns now, eliminate, just survive. We're surviving for 4 turns until we can find an alternate position. So I'm just gonna Overwatch with Brian, and I'm actually probably gonna grapple somewhere with Mox to try to get sight on these guys so I can take them out. Just because I don't like leaving enemies around when I know where they are, you know? So luckily we're finding them. Sadly I don't have the ammo, but I am going to use a Justice Strike to pull it towards me and kill him just so we don't leave any stragglers. There's still the 2 stragglers at the bottom of this box. But we'll deal with them. And maybe get an Overwatch shot from wherever I took that with. Okay, nope. So they're probably going to attack me. Yep. And they both did 2 damage. They also do increased damage. Okay, we're good. I forgot about that car. And they exploded right next to me. But it's okay. We were elevated and somehow it didn't hit us.
These Lost seem to be pretty sensitive to noise. The sounds of combat are likely to draw even more of them.
Alright, so we're just cleaning up, 100% chances. Not even worried about it, you know?
Orders confirmed. On the move.
Still holding position. I'm gonna relay with you because you only have 1 shot. Yeah, I'll relay with you, and then I'll Overwatch with Dixon. Oh, and that was his first turn, so I'm gonna Overwatch with him too. As you can tell, I'm not super observant of my own moves, but it usually works out in my favor. So.
Like the Lost are getting a lot closer to our position, Commander. Prepare for more incoming.
Alright, so now keep coming. We're just Overwatching because I'm okay with the positions we're in. Have to hold out for 2 more turns until people come. Oh my god, I have to work at 6 o'clock tomorrow. It's okay though. Alright. And another one. Another one. Alright, reload with him. Overwatch, Overwatch, and Overwatch. More Lost approach, probably because my car exploded. And we get Overwatch shots though. Busted through a gate somehow. And there's a lot of them. Alright. Misses aren't helping. But again, Lost aren't the hardest to deal with. It all depends, really. Alright, so there's our extraction point. Excuse me.
That will not be a problem.
The cool thing, too, with the Lost is that you can kind of run and gun. You can, like here, you can take a move, and then you can also shoot, and you can keep shooting as long as you have the ammo. So you can move and also take them out as you go. Basically, running towards them and clearing a path as you run. Oh, so my hair trigger actually just, I don't know if you saw that, my hair trigger worked, which doesn't matter because I killed him, it was a headshot action, but if it was a regular enemy and I got that hair trigger, then it wouldn't have used an action point, but it doesn't matter because it's a Lost and I used headshot, so it's yeah, so headshot's basically just hair trigger successes just over and over again, if that makes any sense. Okay, and again, just trying to eliminate as many as we can. And we can we grapple anywhere over there? No. Okay, so we're gonna have to just run. So this is kind of not ideal because there are, I think, some more Lost There's one more there. Excuse me. Oh! Oh! I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm going to Overwatch with Mox because I think he'll be able to see that lost if he comes up. Which he was, and hopefully he'll be able to hit him. Which he did. Okay, sweet, so now we're good. Alright. Now we continue moving towards the evac zone. Probably finding more lost. Nope, okay. So I'm actually going to dash with him. I'm going to dash with both of them actually, just to get them close to the evac zone. So I want to get out of here because more lost are going to show up.
Come get some.
Alright. That may actually be all lost. And I should maybe be able to get everybody in the circle. And we're not going to because of Mox, but it's okay. We're just going to run him. Run him.
Double time.
And we're good. Now there's, I think, one more part to this mission, and then we'll be good.
Outrider and the first team should be waiting for you ahead. I know this wasn't the easiest stop, but I have to believe it'll still be worth it in the end.
That depends on the Reapers.
So, pray tell is in pretty bad shape with 2 health because them dashers, but yeah, we'll see. Now we wait. Okay.
Rendezvous point directly ahead. Let's try and play nice today, people.
So, Advent's most brutal captain comes to atone for his crimes.
I am no longer that being. I am free now.
Taking off that helmet does not change what you are. Reapers have long memories. Elder Kraxad. Anytime.
The way I see it, we have 2 options. Join forces and kick the Elders off our world, or kill each other here and now. The choice is yours.
No one has ever done that before. No one shall ever do that again.
What the hell is that?
Vox Prima, Elder Assassin, relentless death that stalks my kind, Butcher of Free Advent.
My people face another like her. They are the undying, Advent's curse upon us. We must combine strength if we are to have any chance of success.
You are welcome to try.
Okay, yeah. Another part of the War of the Chosen.
They appeared without warning years ago. Had they not, we would have already regained our home.
Such arrogance. The Elder's will extend throughout the universe. I am but one of their instruments.
So yeah, that's one of the Chosen. She's an assassin, she has blades, and yeah, she can go invisible. So one of her abilities is that she's able to cloak herself. And in order for you to detect her, you need to actually flank her. So that's what I'm trying to do now, in order to, so that I can hit her. Because what will happen is, if you don't find her, she will do things. She will run up and damage you, slice you, do whatever, run away and cloak again. So she's a tricky one, and she's definitely my least favorite of any of them because she's the hardest, in my opinion. So what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna put you in shadow, and I'm going to try to find where she is. Okay, didn't get her there, so she should be somewhere. See, that's the thing, is I have no idea where she is. I don't know if she's in, you're out of ammo, and okay, so we're just, also, this is stupid to Overwatch because she doesn't trigger Overwatch shots either. So we kind of just want to try to find her, I guess. Sometimes you're able to see where she runs off to, so you're able to kind of guess where she'll be, or at least the general area. Oh, well, she didn't even show up yet, so that would be why I couldn't find her. Alright, so as you see, alright, strengths. Revenge, chance to return fire against missed shots, so if we miss her, she can fire at us. Shadow Step, this chosen does not trigger Overwatch or reaction fire. So we gotta just hit her. We can't do reaction shots on her. Now, weaknesses, grounding. Easy to target from high ground. So we want to keep like our sniper and stuff up on that rail so that it's easier to hit her. Or him, man, I don't know, it's an alien. And then adversary Reapers, so take increased damage from Reapers. So if we shoot her with her Reapers, that takes increased damage. It's like the melee. It's like the melee vulnerability with sectoids. So yeah, that's what we're gonna try to do. We're just gonna try to freaking kill her. The thing is that I don't know. Again, I don't know where she went because she can cloak herself.
I go where I'm needed.
So okay, so we detected her because we flanked her. Sadly, I don't have ammo, so I can't shoot her with the Reaper. That does increase damage. What I can do though is shoot her with everything else. So we're going to move around here. So 70% chance to do 3 to 5 or 3. What I'm actually gonna do is just toss a grenade right on her, blow up her cover so that any other shots that hit her will have flanking bonuses. Like this one. There we go. Well, it's only 6 damage, but still it's something, because it was, what, 100% chance to hit, I think? Oh, and I think that was already all her health.
You surprise me, XCOM. Still, the Elder's will is that none survive this day. I cannot leave that to fortune.
The sonic dispersal waves emitting from that pod are crisscrossing a massive area.
Meaning that thing just rang the dinner bell for every remaining lost in the city.
An accurate assessment. The entire lost biomass seems to be converging on this position.
Then let's get you all the hell out of there. Firebrand's en route to the evac coordinates now. Get moving.
So, first, the Chosen, they are basically immortal. Every time you kill them, they come back. I mean, they'll be eliminated from that mission, but they can come back in other missions. The Elders, which are like the high beings of the Advent or the aliens, they use psionic powers to keep bringing them back to life. I'm actually just going to take the sniper shot real fast. So yeah, there's that. And then what she did was, so the Chosen ended up creating a sonic wave that's attracting a bunch of Lost, and we need to get out of there because they're gonna keep showing up and it's not gonna be a good time.
That's affirmative.
I'm gonna finally reload with her, and I'm actually gonna just start dashing my guys to get closer to where we want to go. I'm actually going to use my grapple to freely bring him closer, and then use another move to bring him even closer than that. The only thing, so here's the thing, is that I need to, that's fire, I need to keep Mox alive. He only has 2 health, and I think the mission fails if he dies. So we want to keep him back a little bit, because 1 hit from those dashers could kill him. So we want to keep moving, but we also want to keep Overwatch protection to protect Mox. This isn't helping.
That is not good.
Initial analysis of these creatures' movement patterns reveals an almost coordinated attack strategy. Perhaps they're not the mindless automatons they initially appeared to be. An intriguing, if not horrific, possibility.
So sometimes XCOM has to buffer a bit, and you think you missed, but you actually did. I will take a 73, and I'm probably going to take whatever comes next. 67? Yeah. Alright. And I will reload, because there's nothing else I can really do. Take a shatter shot. Shove your gun through a window. You were revealed, but, you know, whatever. And we keep on going. Alright, so we want to... What's the best way? Hold up. Alright, so there's holes and stuff that we can get through there. Yeah, we're just getting all our guys up there. Now what's nice with the Ranger is that eventually you can get an ability that any enemy that steps adjacent to you, you automatically do a free blade attack on them. So like the Lost, when they come up next to you to melee you, you automatically have a free blade attack that you'll use on them, and usually it'll be a one-hit kill because it's your blade. Especially that's another reason why I took Blade Master, because that applies to that free blade attack thing. So good stuff. But that doesn't come till like level 5 or something of the Ranger. So we got some time for that. Wow, okay. So that's a lot of Lost. Okay. It's fine.
How many of these creatures can still be in this city?
Advent has been sending
Okay,
these cities for years, yet somehow the Lost survive, even thrive. We do not know why.
Alright, so we're just gonna try to take him out by any means necessary, really. Even it, probably not gonna throw a grenade, but also we'll see.
Target disabled. Could use some ammo over here.
Alright.
I am trusting you.
Ooh, maybe that wasn't a great idea. I was thinking I could get up close and take and like reload, but then I realized I used an action and reloading will now end my turn, and so now she's just kind of sitting there and he doesn't have line of sight. So all I can really do is Overwatch, and then he also doesn't have line of sight, so all I can do is Overwatch. So Outrider's just kind of sitting there. Mox, we want to get you back a bit. And he doesn't have line of sight, so we'll just Overwatch. You can get line of sight, but only with your pistol. There's more. Okay. Only with your pistol, but it's okay because they only have 2 health, except for that other one that has 3 health.
Target neutralized.
But maybe we'll get lucky. And we didn't, so it's okay. That's why we have all these Overwatch shots, and we'll Overwatch with you. And we will actually... nah, screw it. We'll reload. I was thinking about moving her back, but anywhere we move her to, they are still going to be able to get to us. So I might as well take the opportunity to reload, if no matter what, they can reach us. Alright. Surprising shotgun hit, because that was pretty far.
Kill confirmed.
Another pretty surprising hit, because those don't usually hit. Trash.
Negative damage.
You hit with a shotgun and a bullpup, and then you can't hit with a rifle.
Target neutralized.
Alright, Paul Walker, hey, got a rank. So
I
they...
did not exist when this city stood whole. Still, I feel revulsion at what happened to this place, to these people.
I believe you.
Okay. I'm gonna reload. I'm going to... also, blade attacks against Lost do not count towards headshot. If you use a blade attack, it will end your turn. And that's just how it is.
Taken care of.
Again, unless you get upgrades, but well, again, we'll get to that. Alright. She's not seeing anything.
Headed there now.
Dixon's not seeing anything. Nobody's seeing anything. But we're still gonna take it slow. Just because these walls can literally pop up anywhere without you expecting it. And we are actually going to move up.
Moving to Overwatch.
Affirmative. Covering now.
I await their approach.
Nice.
Tell your gods I'm coming.
Still okay. It's okay, Mia. Okay. Now he... okay. Trash.
I must focus my strikes.
You also did shoot a wall through a wall, though, so understandable.
This place for our own.
If they are all like you, that is a likely possibility.
Oh, now they're giving call for... I think that was... I wasn't listening. Alright. Reload. No line of sight, though. Does my... no. Okay. Now...
Moving on target location.
Luckily, they both have 2 health. It should be 100% chances, so they should be able to get eliminated. Mia better get a freaking rank up. Alright, and now we start moving guys up again.
Copy that.
This should be nearing the end, well, of the mission, but also of the Lost. So, we should soon be out of here.
Advancing quickly.
Moving to Overwatch.
But we're still gonna Overwatch.
Detecting additional Lost
converging
near the
evacuation
coordinates. I advise caution. It would seem the Lost are on to our strategy.
It is the Elder's will that this alliance fall. It will take more than mere Lost for that to happen.
So a storm's coming, but it doesn't matter because we getting out of here right now.
Watch my back.
Usually you want to arrange them a little more orderly than I am right now. But I ain't caring much. So, yeah, we're doing this. Alright. And everybody's tired. Everybody's gonna need the rest, but it's okay. We're probably gonna have a full rookie squad next.
We cannot hold this position much longer.
Outrider to Avenger, where the hell's our exit? This is as low as I can get her.
No! I do not intend to die this day. I will follow. Fox Tower 410.
Oh, friendship.
Time to return home, traitor.
See how that happened? Alright. Here we go. Successful-ish mission.
It looks like we'll be getting some help from these new factions.
Alright.
I'd love to check out some of their weapons and equipment if we have time.
Alright. I'm gonna do promotions, and then I'm gonna end it. But
Means of resistance. But our people fight for the same reason, for the world we once knew. Together we will end this occupation. Or die trying.
The Resistance factions take a more flexible approach to training than traditional soldiers, and can often learn multiple new abilities with each promotion. They will adapt to follow your choices, Commander.
so yeah, what he said. This is how those tactical abilities or whatever that I was talking about earlier that you can use training points on. This is how those work. So you have your trees, you got your regular, well, yeah, this is just how the skirmishers work. So you see, I have soldier ability points, I have 10, and then XCOM ability points, I have 5. Soldier ability points are dependent. They're linked to the soldier himself or herself. Whereas XCOM ability points, you can use them on any soldier. So like, if I had an ability that costs 25 and my soldier only has 15, but I have, 20 XCOM ability points, I can use 10 of those XCOM points on that soldier. Then if another soldier, same deal, needed 25, they only have 15, you can use the other 10 XCOM points on them. So you can split XCOM points wherever, but soldier points are dependent on the soldier. They're tied to the soldier. You can't mix and match them. So we got 3 abilities that we can choose from. Remote start. Detonate an environmental explosive, causing it to deal double damage within twice its normal radius. Does not reveal the Reaper. This was pretty sweet. So there are sometimes gas tanks. Dude, there's stuff. There's stuff on the map that you can explode. You can shoot at. This makes whoever's calling the explosion take double damage, which is good because again, explosions, there's fall off damage. So the more that we can get up, the better. And also it affects it in twice its normal radius. So again, I think better for the fall off damage because it'll affect twice the normal radius. So there's gonna be more area. It's probably good. So it's good. It's good stuff, and it doesn't reveal the Reaper, so they stay in concealment. So it's cool. It's cool when it works. It's not always. You're not always going to be able to use it every mission though, because a lot of times your own soldiers are going to get caught in those explosions, and you're not going to be able to use it. Blood trails. Shots deal +1 damage as target has been wounded this turn. So if someone else shot and wounded it, your shot will do +1. Again, early game, not important, because if someone else shoots and they don't kill it, chances are they only have 1 or 2 health left. So if you shoot with the Reaper, it's gonna kill them anyway, whether you have that +1 damage or not. So I stray away from blood trail in the beginning. That only really gets a point or important to when enemies have like, you know, 16, 20, however many points of health. Shredder. Your vector rifle attacks shred armor. So this is what I'm talking about way at the beginning of the stream. You have armor. Some enemies have armor. Some enemies have armor that you can use, or that they can use to absorb damage. This will shred that armor. Yada yada yada. It's good, but I'm gonna go with remote start because it's fun. And yeah, so you can't blah blah blah. Want to learn remote start? Yes, I want to use 10 of her ability points to learn that. Walker is another grenadier. So now we have 2 grenadiers. Cool stuff. With him, I could train him in the other tree if I wanted to, or I could just make 2 identical grenadiers so that if one of them's wounded or one of them gets killed, I have a backup. Which is probably what I'm gonna do. He leveled up, so we got Revival Protocol. Send the Gremlin to an ally to remove any negative mental status effects, disoriented, stunned, panicked, or unconscious. So disoriented, that's if they get hit by a flashbang like, you know, thingy. Stunned, it can happen. Panicked, like I was talking about, the will, and unconscious. Which is if they, you know, how I was saying, you stabilize them, if they're bleeding out, they are then unconscious. But Revival Protocol will bring them back into the fight. They won't have a lot of health, but you'll at least have another gun to use. Then there's Haywire Protocol. Target robotic and mechanical enemies with the Gremlin, attempting to hack them and seize control. This is how you can shut robotic enemies down. You can take temporary control of them. All that good stuff. And I'm going to go Haywire Protocol because robotic enemies are going to be coming in soon, and it becomes very useful when you're surrounded by enemies like I usually am and have to take one out of the fight. So yeah. Sharpshooter. Take a shot with a small aim penalty for a significant damage boost. It's the one we're going to take. But there's lightning hands too. Fire your pistol at a target. This attack does not cost an action. You get a free pistol shot. That's what it is. Again, can work really well with certain things. That would be good with those Lost Dashers, or any Lost that has more than 2 or 3 health. You can use lightning hands to weaken them, and then use a headshot with your pistol in order to kill them off. So you won't use any actions in the process. But we're gonna go Deadeye because I'm training her as a sniper. So with this shot, damage boost, small aim penalty, so less chance to hit, but more damage if you do hit. So risk reward, I usually always take those because if it works, it's worth it. Alright, and then me, while concealed, gain plus 25 bonus aim and plus 25 bonus critical hit chance when attacking enemies. So this would be good with Phantom because, you know, you're able to more reliably get up close and personal enemies when you're concealed, and then while you're concealed, you get bonus aim and critical hit. It's good, but then there's also Shadow Step. This soldier does not trigger Overwatch or reaction fire. So I always go with this because I always forget when enemies are in Overwatch. And that's another reason why I use Rangers first on each turn usually, is because if there's an Overwatch I didn't know about or one that I neglected to remember, it won't trigger if I move him. The only thing is that if it doesn't trigger, I still won't know that the Overwatch is there because it just won't trigger. But at least with my Ranger, that won't negatively impact me. But anyway, we're gonna go Shadow Step, and everybody's tired. Everyone's gonna need to rest. No items recovered. We got intel and we got a scientist, so our research is gonna take less time now, which makes magnetic weapons possibly doable. We're low on supplies, and Mox was captured.
And now one of your soldiers is my captive.
So we're gonna have to find him, which is through operations.
Help us locate our captive soldier if we deploy on a covert action alongside them.
Thank you for sending additional support staff to assist me, Commander. I will make sure they are put to good use.
Okay, so that was a lot. We only really did 3 or 4 missions in 3 hours, but that's because
we've had our suspicions, but before now we've never had the resources to investigate the possibility of clandestine Advent facilities built up outside.
Okay, essential. No, I'm pausing it. Okay, so yeah, there was a lot in there. War of the Chosen just adds to all of that. I mean, the last hour was the entire that whole mission, which is why I was like, usually I skip it, but whatever. It's a good learning thing for it. So yeah. Anyway, thank you for watching. Anybody who's watching, if you're watching on Twitch, if you're watching on my YouTube, where I'm gonna put this up at, whatever. Heather, thank you for watching. Yeah, I love XCOM. I'm definitely going to continue this. I'm definitely going to, I want to, you know, finish this. Hopefully I don't squad wipe, you know, game wipe this whole thing, because I'd be upset. I'm having a good time with the squad. But yeah, XCOM's cool. Good stuff. I'll be back on Sunday, sometime in the afternoon, probably 12 or 1. Probably stream for 4 or 5 hours. We'll see. We'll see about that. Probably gonna start off with Destiny 2 by popular demand of one person. And then maybe play some more XCOM 2 if I get a little bored with that. Maybe Apex. Maybe Apex. Aw, thanks, Heather. We'll see, dude. Whatever I'm feeling, but definitely probably Destiny 2. I'll probably try to do a the new Titan class. But anyway, thanks for watching. Follow my Twitter, follow my YouTube, all the Danger Zone. Yeah. All right. Thank you, and I will see you on Sunday. Goodbye.